So if I am forgetting something or being forgetful, my bad. But yeah. So yeah. News that we have to discuss.
Yep.
Wait, so the Batgirl actor was picked, you were saying?
Earlier today, and I was trying to message you to see if like maybe I should keep it a secret from you, or you should find out on stream or something.
Who was it?
Oh, it's it's another girl who's only in one movie.
Leslie Grace. Is that who?
Is it the Grace one? Is that what you're asking? Yeah.
Yeah. Lands the role of Barbara Gordon on new Warner Brothers DCO, so it is this chick.
Yep, there goes another redhead down the tubes.
Yeah, see, when I say like diversify DC, I don't mean what is she? She's Hispanic for sure.
She's Dominican or something.
Yeah, like yeah. See, I don't want my like I've said this before. I don't want my personal like when I think of Latin American heroes, I don't think about like changing Batgirl to to that. You know what I mean?
Like, you know what's interesting is that they had
I don't have chat up.
They had someone in line, like she was one of the I guess the ones auditioning, and her name was Zoe something, and she looks a lot like Batgirl. So they should have gone with her, and a lot of people are understandably frustrated now.
Yeah, why would you go with this chick?
And like I said, she was only in one movie, so it's obvious what they're trying to do here. I mean,
yeah, they're trying to like diversify their characters. This is part of their diversity is part of our biggest concern moving forward type statement. You remember that statement that they had a few weeks ago?
Oh god.
That's what this is. Yeah, I strongly disapprove of this pick. You know, yeah, she was not the one who I thought they were going to pick when they named someone. 26.
No, I knew it. Like I could tell out of three. I'm like, oh yeah, it's going to be this one.
And she's like really pretty. You know what I mean? Sorry, one second.
Yeah, she is.
She's extremely pretty. So it's just like, you know, I forgot to do notifications, Discord, and Twitter, and all that. I always forget to do that.
So a lot of people wanted Zoe Deutsch. I don't know. They wanted her as Batgirl. And there's obviously a much more striking resemblance.
Here, I'll look her up in a second.
This is I don't know. I'm not shocked at all.
Oh, I'm not shocked at all either. You would have thought that they would learn, but
no. like I said, you should make another video where it's like you discuss or you try to figure out why Hollywood has some sort of agenda against, redheaded characters. Because this is like a long string of events.
Yeah, it is a long string of events. I guess I should do a video on redheads specifically, because it is kind of crazy just like how often this takes place currently, dude.
Yeah. Because, okay, there's this one, there's Barbara Gordon, there's MJ, there was, who else? Oh, the Cyclone Girl, Little Mermaid. What is it, Red Sonja or whatever? That they just cast. I don't know if it's Red Sonja, Red Sonja, something like that.
Oh, the, wait, nah, I think we're thinking of two different people. Who's Red Sonja? Who's that?
It's someone from Conan the Barbarian.
Oh, that character, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I've seen. Yeah. This is. What is her standalone movie going to be?
It's going to be on HBO Max, apparently.
But what's it a part of?
I don't know. I could understand. Okay, it would make sense if it was part of like the new Batman universe, but nobody really knows what this is a part of. Because it's like apparently they want to cast another Jim Gordon, so like that's 3 Jim Gordons and like 3 different movies. It's
3 different timelines, yeah.
It's a little too ridiculous.
But also, like, there's this thing that I strongly dislike personally, which is like okay, I like some of these like sidekick characters, right? Like I think Barbara's a cool, like she's cool as Batgirl, she's cool as Oracle. I think Robin's cool as well. Like, Dick Grayson and Nightwing is awesome, and I think Damian Wayne is cool. But these are also like sidekick characters, you know what I mean? I hate it when they try to like when they're trying to like establish some of these characters as more like independent characters, like, oh, this is like Batgirl, she's just as good as
before they're introduced.
Yeah, before they're introduced, exactly. So it's like, if this is like its own standalone thing where it's like Batgirl is just like off doing her own thing, I wouldn't really. I'm like, why? Like, you have to like introduce the characters and then like, and then do something like that. So, I don't particularly agree with Batgirl standalone show even existing to begin with. You know what I mean? I just think it's like a bad idea at this current point in time. It's like, who are you marketing this show to? Like, who's like, I love fucking Batgirl, I'm gonna watch this show. You know what I mean? It's like there's a lot of people that like Batgirl for the character totally ridiculous. You know what I mean?
I was looking on Twitter and I was looking through some Spanish speaking accounts, and I came across one, and he's like, you can tell he's a big fan of Batgirl, and I was reading some of it, and like, this person was just so crushed by today's announcement, and they're like, oh, Babs fans can never win. That was the tweet. Babs fans can never win.
Word.
And what's interesting is we kept talking about like this potential casting for like the past 2 weeks, and like now today they announce it, and it's just like, yeah, well, not shocked at all, but still kind of annoyed, but it's not surprising.
Yeah, I mean, I would be like, again, I'd be like okay with it if like she kind of looked like the character, but she doesn't look like the character at all either, really.
Well, that's not what matters, sadly. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, again, I'm gonna say this again, like, even if you had like a even if you had the perfect actor cast for Batgirl, this show does not need to be in development yet. You know what I mean? Maybe that's just my opinion. But
Yeah, I think you have a valid point. Like you could introduce her maybe in like another Batman movie or something, and then it could spin off into its own thing if there's enough interest.
yeah, exactly. Like, why are you spending resources on this show even to begin with? Like,
I have no idea. Probably because the writer is the same writer as the Birds of Prey and Flash movie.
is it?
Yeah, it is. I don't know why, but this woman who's been writing,
They love
like,
that chick.
apparently they do for some reason. And I don't really know why, because Birds of Prey flopped pretty bad. I think it was like, and that was before the pandemic, so that's not an excuse. Like it flopped. Like, I think it barely made its budget back, or I don't even know if it did.
Yeah. Yeah. I do not know about this show even to the entire conception of this show. I have kind of a quarrel with, just in general, and even after like the casting. Yeah, it's like clear what this show is gonna try to be. You know what I mean?
Oh man, if this is another like Batwoman
show. Yeah, that's what I think this is right here.
Like I haven't seen it. I have no interest, but I hear it's extremely bad. It's got like 3 out of 10 ratings on IMDb.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't understand like why they're doing, like, oh man, like they really try to bank hard off Batman to like do this shit. You know what I mean? It's like there's other interesting characters from the Batman universe, or just like from the DC universe, that you could be making before you make a Batgirl standalone film. When you don't even have a Batman standalone film from the current universe.
Yeah.
You only have and the one Batman movie that's coming out. Yeah,
I mean, I agree with everything you say.
Yeah, let's say this is for Robert Pattinson's Batman. This Batgirl is going to be like the same age as him. You know, he's not like, she's less of a sidekick and more of like a
romantic interest.
Yeah, I guess, right? Yeah, same age, kind of. So it's, I don't know. It's so very strange to me. Again, like, you know, when I think of Batgirl, me personally, when I think of Batgirl, I think of like some sidekick, you know what I mean? And like, even with Robins, I think of sidekicks, and like, depending on which Robin it is, depends on like what type of personalities manifest out of that sidekick, right? Or whatever. Like with Damian Wayne, for example. I love Damian, but like Damian's just a piece of shit. Like he's an asshole. You know what I mean? And so it's like, he's less of like a sidekick in that regard. It's like, yeah.
They could have just introduced her in Birds of Prey or something. I mean, isn't she part of Birds of Prey?
Batgirl?
Yeah. Like,
I mean,
isn't Batgirl?
I mean, I'm not a huge Birds of Prey person, but even so, unless like you're like, okay, if this is like the Snyder universe, right? And they're establishing that Batgirl exists, or I guess like, Batgirl this would have to be like connected to the Snyder universe. There's no way. Unless this is connected to the Keaton universe.
I think that's the rumor. Like,
you think this is connected to Keaton universe?
Probably, because, you know, like I said, it's the same writer as the Flash movie, and a lot of people are thinking.
Wasn't there a Keaton Batgirl though? This casting's all right. I don't know.
I'm not down with it. No, there was that was the George Clooney movie. That wasn't Michael Keaton.
Word. You like the casting? Ethan, how are you? What's going on? I think you know, it goes to the point of like the whole redheads on the chopping block kind of thing, Ethan. I don't know a single redhead character where there's like a redheaded actress that portrays them anymore.
I mean, I
In a
guess the
movie,
closest.
besides like Jean Grey.
I guess the closest is Mara, but you know, she dyed
And
her hair
Mara,
super red. She's
Yeah.
not a natural redhead, but you know, she
Yeah.
looked better in Justice League than Aquaman, but that's just my opinion.
Fighting a bear? What do you mean fighting a bear? Fighting a bear. Yeah, I mean, I think. Yeah, I don't know. Eyes, nose, lips are like, I guess, really important things in terms of like a character and just like structure. I don't know. Again, this, yeah, I don't know. I'm convinced that like DC has no idea how to do live action adaptations. Like they just have no fucking clue in any type of way, shape, or form.
I just find it so weird and nonsensical how they seem to give such writers and directors so much leniency, and yet for like Snyder and even the David Ayer Suicide Squad, they like said, no, you can't do this, you got to remove this, and blah 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 blah. But you know, these guys over there, they can do whatever they want.
Yeah,
like you can make a James Gunn rated R, super violent Suicide Squad, but you know, you can't have Green Lantern in Justice League.
Yeah, apparently they're recasting him as well, which really sucks. So, he was saying, yeah, he posted something on his Twitter.
The Wayne T. Carr guy.
Yeah, Wayne. Yeah. I wanna at least see who he is. You know, he has no breakout. He has no movies really that I know.
No, I don't think he's in movies. I think he does theater stuff.
Yeah, but still, it would be cool to have. I still think that we should be able to see his Green Lantern. Let's see. Yeah, I had seen something about them recasting him. I don't know what it was, but yeah, apparently he's going to get recast, which sucks.
Well, it's not a surprise because he's not even in the movie to begin with.
Yeah. Oh, another rumor that I had seen today. Was it you who sent me something on it about the Cyborg rumor?
No.
I was reading somewhere that they might be gearing up to recast the Cyborg actor. So they might be gearing up to recast Cyborg just in general because of like how they're doing, like, you know, it's like an alternate universe. So like Cyborg might still exist, but it might just be a different actor. Yes, Borg life.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised because, you know, it's the whole Ray Fisher thing is not really hasn't been looking good for him the past year or so.
Yeah, it has not been looking good for him. And like the news, or like, I guess what they're trying, I guess what I'm trying to say is they want the Flash to have like a black sidekick or like character that he interacts with, because what for real though, because like what I had read, I forgot where it was. It was one of these tabloid websites, but it essentially explained that they were either going to recast Cyborg or John Stewart's Green Lantern would be revealed to like take up that role. So it's like, all right, so like you're just like pairing a like that's like your idea is just like you're gonna take the character of like what Cyborg was supposed to be to the Flash, and then just be like, oh well, here's like another black character that can also interact with you that same way, which is like a really awkward thought in my opinion, just in general.
Yeah, I'm willing to bet Ray Fisher will be recast.
Yeah, I don't know. Weird thought. You know, I have a problem with these types of like subtle type of just like, are you sure you're not like, you know, you're, you know, saying some iffy stuff. God damn it. 30 minutes lost. I played Far Cry New Dawn and my TV shut off, and now I have to redo last 2 missions. Garbage game. Damn, that sucks. I'm sorry to hear that, Ethan. I'm sorry to hear that. That is lame.
They don't even have a director for this movie yet, which is interesting.
Movie?
The Backroom movie. Usually they have a director first.
Wasn't
and
it
then
a show?
Or TV movie, whatever you want to call it, streaming movie.
Coming film set at HBO Max. Okay. Oh, she's Dominican.
Yep.
Oh god, I can already imagine the memes that are going to come out. Oh.
What memes? What do you got?
No, because she's Dominican, and Dominicans love plantains. And I was just thinking it would be hilarious if you changed the Batgirl thing to a plantain.
Plantain?
A plantain, yeah. It's essentially just a very large banana. But yeah.
Oh, okay. I think I know what you're talking about.
So I can already see the memes coming out right now. Or like I could already see some of the stuff that's going to be produced because of this casting. But yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this so the writer of the movie, what the hell's her name? Christina Hodson. I wouldn't be surprised for whatever reason. People at WB seem to like her, maybe because she's, I don't know. But I wouldn't be surprised if like maybe that's like the new writer of future movies or whatever, because she already wrote 3 movies.
Wait, who?
The writer of this movie, her name is Christina Hodson. She wrote Birds of Prey, The Flash, and Batgirl.
Oh, so she's just like writing all of them.
I guess, for whatever reason. It's not like she has a stellar resume. Like before Birds of Prey was the Bumblebee movie.
I found a tweet saying that this guy thinks that he thinks that Leslie Grace is going to be Jeffrey Wright's Jim Gordon's daughter. Which would kind of, I mean, it wouldn't not make sense.
Uh-huh. But I thought that was supposed to be like a self-contained universe, so I don't know.
I have no fucking idea.
But that doesn't make sense. Why would they announce, or why would they reveal that like the white girl and the Mexican girl were auditioning as well? Because obviously they couldn't be his daughter.
Who are the other chicks? Yeah, that would be weird. That would be weird if they did reveal that, actually.
Yeah, because like I said, the other 2 girls auditioning, what are their names? Zoe Deutsch and Elisabella Merced. And they're both of different ethnicities, so it's like I don't get it. Like
I just don't get why I just don't get why I just don't get why DC loves to axe redheads.
Not just DC, because like, Little Mermaid did it as well, and some other stuff.
Oh, a lot more stuff than that.
Yeah.
There's yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just like Hollywood in general. I guess we've had this discussion before.
Yep.
So,
yep.
Batgirl now. There's Little Mermaid. There's Wally West. There's
there's Iris West. Oh my god, I forgot about her.
There's Iris West. Yeah. There's the entire West family.
Is it both in the show and the movie?
Yeah, both in the show and in the movies. Yep.
MJ.
Who else was I thinking of? MJ. Yep. There was someone else I was thinking of. Fuck. A Hawk Girl.
The Cyclone.
Cyclone. Yep.
Is there like a rule in Hollywood where like if a character is
has
like
red hair,
it has to be a black girl?
Or it has to be like an ethnic chick or something, right?
No, but they're all black girls. They're not even like ethnic.
Well, she's Dominican. This just
yeah.
She looks Dominican as fuck too. very
Yeah,
pretty. Again,
I keep forgetting they speak Spanish there.
yeah, there's very dark Dominicans for sure though. Like yeah, they come in all shapes and sizes. Dominicans.
Dominicans, that weird country that shares an island with another country.
Yeah, with Haiti. Yeah, it's
Apparently, the president of Haiti got murdered a few days ago.
Yeah, he got assassinated, and it's possibly it's linked to the United States government. It's kind of crazy stuff, but yeah.
That was like some
Triss in The Witcher.
Scarface stuff.
Yep, there you go as well. Another Triss in The Witcher.
Oh shit!
Another redhead. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, I guess you could say like Scottish characters. I don't know what you want to call it.
Gingers, like whatever.
Gingers, yeah, just gingers in general. Scottish,
but gingers are already a minority, so it's like
gingers are a minority. Yeah, I agree. I don't really get it. I just don't understand it. You know, it just doesn't fucking compute in my brain properly. You know what I mean? Like why it's specifically redhead characters. You know what I mean? And you're never going to see, and you know what it is that you're never going to see like a Scottish person play like let's say that they had Blue Beetle. Again, I'm going to use Blue Beetle as an example because like, you know, I'm just going to straight say like, you know, picking her, she's like a Latina actor or whatever you want to call it.
Black Latina, yeah.
Yeah, darker skinned Latina. Yeah, but I mean, specifically when it comes to like let's say it was like Blue Beetle, right? And you casted like a chick that was like super Scottish looking, I guess you could say. I don't know what ginger, like I think gingers are mostly Scottish descent for the most part. But yeah, like, you know, would that be kind of like messed up? Or like, you know, like I don't know. Again, I'm not like a firm believer in like, does ethnicity represent a character? It's like just make the character look the way they're supposed to look, you know?
Like I don't really care if it's like a minor character that's not iconic, you know, but if someone has an iconic look, that should not be tampered with.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I feel that, but I mean, also just like, I don't know. Kind of like I think of it like in terms of like Harry Potter almost. Like when they did the casting for Harry Potter, Daniel Radcliffe, like the eye color of Harry Potter was like a thing from the movie or like the books or whatever, right? Yeah. So they like actively, I don't know if you know this, but like in the Harry Potter movies, they like actively CGI'd his eye color in every single scene to be blue. Mm. If you don't know that, or like to be like the color of like that they're supposed to match in the movie. And so like, yeah, that's not his natural eye color. And yeah, it's just like interesting how much like, you know, how popular those movies are because like they're so authentic to stuff, to like the books, and like people really appreciate that. But then like, you know, I don't know. I just don't understand why they can't do that with anything else. You know what I mean? So like, let's say you cast this chick, right? You could dye her hair this color and like CGI her eyes blue, right? Or whatever. And I would be like, yeah, sure. Like that's dope or whatever. Like, you know, like, I don't care if you're going to do that. Obviously they're not going to do that. Right. So like,
oh, of course not,
you know, so that's like that's my quarrel with like these types of castings. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Not what I would have thought, in my opinion. You know? So yeah. My name is Dong. Oh, Ong. Yeah. Dude, oh, so have you watched some of the Avatar movie stuff? Dude, that's my best example of the phenomenon that I'm talking about. That movie. Oh man, if I could, I wish I could just pull up some scenes from that movie as an example of like the atrocities that can take place in terms of like trying to, you know, was good, GB and Lude. What's up, Valid? How are you today?
What's up, Ghosty?
But yeah, yeah, man, I just don't understand that. Like, yeah. If you're gonna, yeah, if you're gonna make an Avatar: The Last Airbender show, it just, yeah.
Are the characters like, I don't know anything about it, but are the characters like supposed to be specifically Chinese or something?
Not exactly. No, that's not exactly what it's supposed to be about. Or it's just like they're supposed to be of Asian descent. It like so some of them I
But
guess you could say,
is that like specifically said, or is that
it's not like specifically said, but like I mean you can just look at the show, just look at like the outfits that are used in the show and like the hyper like stereotyped like type of things that are represented in the show. Like yeah, it's just like just look at like all the buildings and just like
yeah,
all the different types of Asians that there are, right? And so then like you match it up to like what's on the on screen, and it's like, okay, well, this is very clearly supposed to be like representative of different things, of like different parts of Asia. You know what I mean? So like the Earth Nation, for example, is supposed to be very representative of like mainland China and stuff like that, or like you know, the Fire Nation is supposed to be like representative of like Japan in a way, like the Japanese empire or whatever, you know. And like yeah, and then the water tribes are supposed to be like indicative of like Eskimos or like people like from like the islanders and stuff like that, Filipino type people.
And let me guess, like the air people are like the Tibetans.
Yeah, exactly. And then the air people are supposed to be like the Tibetans and like people Nepal from like those, yeah, like Nepal and those type of areas. And so then it's like it's really awkward when you then take like a show or like a show like that, and then you're like, oh well, why can't like, you know, like some of the water tribe people are like darker skinned, and it would just be super awkward to me if you were like, well, why can't like a darker skinned Latina play that character? You know, like it's just like, oh, okay, we're thinking two different trails of thought. You know, anybody I guess could technically play a character on their own time doing like cosplay and shit, but like when it comes to making this movie on screen properly,
right, and
using Asians
and like respecting the material.
Yeah, and respecting the material. Exactly. Like there's, I don't know. The Earth Kingdom, yeah. Ba Sing Se. Yeah, but like it's supposed to be representative of like mainland China and like kind of like northern China area, like I was saying. And so again, you know, like I don't know, to me, it was like when I saw the Avatar movie, it was like super awkward that like the Fire Nation was now just like all Indian actors, and it was just like, and then like Aang was a white kid, and then like they picked like a bunch of white actors for the other two main characters that are from the Water Tribe, and it was just like such an awkward like, this is just like, why did you cast these people? I just didn't. Yeah, it didn't make any sense to me. So
you know, I don't have a problem. Like, you know, for whatever reason, some people think like, you know, oh, if there's a movie with like a, you know, a black lead or whatever, then the director has to be black. I think that's ridiculous. But
I think that's ridiculous too.
I don't have a problem with like, for example, someone who is like, let's say Dominican, for example, and they play somebody from South Africa, as long as they look convincing enough. Like, I don't think the ethnicities have to match 100%, but as long as they look convincing and can pull it off. But, you know, obviously you can't have, you know, you can't have like Jackie Chan be, you know, Muhammad Ali or something, because you can't pull that off.
Yeah, no, 100%. I agree 1,000%. Like, as long as it's believable, that's like my whole spiel as well. It's like, I mean, like there's lighter skinned people from DR as well. So I mean, again, like, we were looking at that other girl that you said that might be getting cast for Batgirl. The other, I think was she also? No, she was Brazilian. The one from last week, the one with the red hair.
Oh yeah,
or whatever.
yeah.
That girl was gorgeous as well. It's just like, I don't know. She didn't really fit the specifications for what I would have thought of as a Batgirl. You know what I mean? Can I change the color, GB? Yeah, of course you can. What color would you like? Tough.
I'm gonna hit the men's room real quick.
Yes. I'll do that for you. I got you. Don't worry. Glad my favorite character wasn't ruined. Toph. Yeah. Yeah, right. Okay, so you like Toph too. Yeah, Toph is my favorite character from like the Avatar group, right? Toph and Zuko, and I think Zuko definitely has the best story arc in the show. For sure. But Toph is definitely my favorite character too. And they don't ruin her in Korra. They don't ruin her at all. If anything, it's great. The scenes when she's on screen, her scenes are actually pretty dope. The only thing though is that blue computer lights blue. Avatar Roku was a dope episode. Yeah. I wish we could have gotten like I would watch a whole show on Roku, to be completely honest. I would watch a whole show on Roku. Damn, why does my camera always unfocus? No matter what I try to do, it always unfocuses. If I had like a blinder or something, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. It's like there's too much light coming from right here. Maybe if I move it. I don't get it. Whatever. Oh, what's up, model? How are you? Hello. We're doing our weekly podcast or whatever you would like to call it. Talking where we do it both on YouTube and Twitch. We're live on both currently. So, and I hate to ask, but if you guys haven't liked it on YouTube, just make sure you give us that little thumbs up. That's dope. Your computer could change your lights the color of your lights. Oh, it's that thing. It's not even my computer. It's my Alexa. I just say computer, right? If I say it loud enough, she'll hear me. Like, computer. You see, and the light turns blue. Yeah. Although I could use my computer for it. But yeah, I don't. Oh, sorry. Tried taking a nap, but it was in vain. How's you? I actually woke up super late today. I don't know why. I slept like fucking 12 hours last night, though. I have no idea why. I never sleep that long. I never sleep that long. But yeah. Oh. I didn't even wake up. I slept for like 12 hours straight. I did not wake up once. It was like, yeah, must have been a really deep sleep. Actually, I do remember waking up at one point and like being kind of out of it. But yeah, I was like, that's dope. Yeah, you can get one yourself, actually. So this thing, you can actually buy one of these, a smaller version, for around $25, right? And yeah. Here, wait, let me... Apparently this is not copywritten music, so I don't know if you guys can hear it at all. It's coming out of my headphones though. But Yeah. You can buy one of those for $25, right? One of these. And then the light bulbs, you can buy them as well. I actually need to hook up my AC to my down below over here, actually. That way I can turn it off and on with my voice as well. Because I can do that. I just have a whole, yeah. You know, Sokka is my bro, right? Yeah. Sokka, dude, I knew you would like the show. That's why I recommended it. I was like, it's craziness that you hadn't watched that show. It's just a great show. It really just is. It's like all around just like a fantastic show, in my opinion. Like there isn't much wrong with it. You know, I think it does comedy right. I think it does a lot of stuff right. Oh, welcome back, Lude. I cannot hear you, if so.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Welcome back. We were just talking about the Amazon Alexa thing and whatchamacallit. I didn't know it was that good. I told you it was that good. It's a yeah. I think it's like, in my opinion, Avatar: The Last Airbender is like the Breaking Bad of animated shows, or like kids cartoons in a way. Like there's like serious topics that are discussed. There's serious scenes and like serious fights and stuff like that. There's really good comedy. You know what I mean? There's really compelling like redemption arc, you know, a redemption arc, you know? And for those reasons, Ethan, I think it's just that good of a show, that show. So yeah, it is definitely my go-to when I try to recommend an animated show to somebody. Of like, yeah. Also highly recommend Cowboy Bebop. Cowboy Bebop is the introductory anime show, I say, for everybody into anime.
Oh yeah, that's another movie they're making. I keep forgetting.
Yeah, I don't particularly know if I want to see that. That's going to be hard to make. But I mean, if they can pull it off, there are certain shows that I'm like very skeptical about making live. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And that's definitely one of them. Which view do I like better? I don't know. Kind of like this one better.
Oh, it's supposed to be a TV series, apparently.
What, the Cowboy Bebop one?
Yeah.
Oh, is it a mini? It has to be a mini series.
10 episodes.
Okay. I was gonna say, if it's like 10 episodes or maybe 2 seasons of 10 episodes, I'd be completely fine with that. That show does not need to be stretched out longer than what it needs to be, though. It needs to be like start, finish. You know what I mean? Have you seen Cowboy Bebop?
I have not, actually.
You should watch it. It's like 26 episodes or something like that. I don't know how many.
Yeah, I've been meaning to, but I always forget, to be honest.
How many episodes is Cowboy Bebop?
It's not that long at all.
Yeah, it is only 26 episodes. I was dead on the money. Yeah. It is a very short, bittersweet type show. Not even bittersweet. I mean, yeah. That's a show where, yeah. Good guys don't always win, guys. That's all I'm saying. You know? Or I guess it depends on what you consider a win, you know? So, yeah. Again, that's why, yeah. That's kind of the cowboy genre to begin with, I guess, right? Bad people who are kind of good. Nice spoiler. Hey, it's not a spoiler. It's
Spoiler for something that's what 30 years old.
yeah, it's a it's an anticipated scene. Anticipated yeah. That's a weird show to begin with. So, if you haven't seen it, watch it. Yeah, there isn't much way to describe it, and there isn't like a cohesive story from like point A to point B, right? Like the episodes are kind of just like all over the place in terms of like the dialogue of what they are. But it's just like, yeah, there is like an end goal. The end goal though has nothing to do with like what's in between. It's kind of just about how shitty people are. Shitty, I guess, is what Cowboy Bebop is about. There are freaks out there who haven't seen it like me. I very highly recommend it. It's a very cool show. And it tries to be very cool. And it does a good job of doing it, in my opinion.
Why don't you open up that link I sent earlier from THR?
THR. This one? Oh yeah. The Hollywood Reporter.
Not the rap one.
That's you're thinking TLC? I'm guessing, right? Is that what I'm thinking of? I'm more of R&B, I would say, right? I don't even, yeah. Or isn't that was that his show on MTV? Show on MTV?
No, TLC is a channel.
Is it?
Yeah. The Learning Channel is what it used to stand for.
What am I thinking of? TRL or something? I forgot.
TLDR?
No, there was a rap show on MTV, and it was like TLC or something. I thought you said rap, so let's see.
Oh yeah, because the Batgirl thing was from the rap on the website.
Oh, yeah. Is that the name of the?
Okay. Yeah, that's the name of the website. With a W, no, not an R.
Oh wait, I already read that. Okay, wait. The 2-year. Okay, let's see what we're see here. Producing Zack Snyder, producing direct partner Deborah Snyder, and exclusive web executive Wesley Collar has signed a first look film deal with Netflix.
I'm not sure what first look means.
Yeah, what does that mean?
But it definitely sounds like, he's moving over to Netflix.
Yeah.
Like there's going to be a quote unquote Snyderverse of, I guess, zombie stuff or
is there?
Or whatever.
2-year deal.
I guess, because they say they want to do a sequel to Army of the Dead as well.
See, I hope Zack Snyder's not like falling into like some ego trap, in my opinion. You know what I mean?
Like, what do you mean?
Like, I mean, he made Army of the Dead. What now? Now he's gonna make like a series of zombie films now. Just like, I don't know. I thought if he's signing these deals, right, he's going to end up doing, like, let's say they do want to restore the Snyderverse. Like, he's going to be in all these deals. They're not going to be able to do it, and it's going to be because like he was like, well, fuck you guys. I'm just gonna like move on with my life and just like, sign
maybe that is what's going on. But also, like, you got to keep in mind, I think he did imply that he doesn't want to work with WB until like after the Discovery stuff has happened, and that might take another year or so.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Yeah, I mean, how many movies is he gonna make of his zombie movies within that time?
Or it could just be produced. It doesn't say, or does it say directly direct?
2-year deal anchors the filmmaking team to the streamer, for which
because he's going to do that Rebel Moon movie next.
Yeah, which is also for Netflix. So
yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if he started his own superhero TV show. I think that's what I was thinking about last night. Is that like it would really not be surprising if Zack Snyder was like, "Fuck you, movie," like, "Fuck you, Marvel and HBO."
Suck it, Warner Brothers.
And like, suck it, Warner Brothers. Suck it, DC. I'm going to make my own fucking superheroes. I would not be surprised if he did that. I would, and I mean, I would be like, all right. I mean, I understand why you want to do that, Zach. You know, I would not be surprised, man.
Mm. So yeah, like what I've read is that the Snyderverse is quote unquote dead until the Discovery stuff happens. So until the merger takes place, and then that's when things will get interesting.
Well, I posted that thing. I wonder if that video is even still up. It's probably not. I should have downloaded it. Although I would definitely instantly flagged for the official footage leak from the Flash. Oh, it's still up.
Yeah.
Wow, it's still on YouTube.
Surprisingly.
Yeah. With very small amount of views though. But yeah. Hence why I said don't share it, but yeah. Did we discuss that last week? I guess we should.
A little bit. I did mention like some of the screenshots and stuff.
Oh, did I just get what was that? Sorry, I got like I thought I heard a notification sound, but I was like, how? I don't have notifications enabled on here. Or I can't. I guess I don't know how to do notifications on here. Anyways. Yeah, I think we did discuss the screenshots a little bit. I can't go into detail about them, I guess.
I mean, it showed like some Keaton Batman stuff, and I think like some people think that Supergirl was kidnapped or held in hostage or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like I was gonna. I guess I didn't really talk about it with you yet, then, but I'm pretty sure what's going on there. Or I guess I wrote it in the channel. Yeah, I think that she's being held hostage. It like exactly like, and I can't bring it up on screen because obvious reasons. But I definitely think that she's being held captive the same way that like Superman was being held captive in the Flashpoint universe. You know how like he lands in Russia or whatever, and he's like held captive and like really skinny or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know. This gives me the exact same like vibes of like that.
I mean, possibly.
And I mean, like look at like the containment field in the background. It's like got like green kind of like shit going through it. That's kryptonite. There's no way.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hello there, Jim Jam. How's it going, man? Sorry, I was discussing some of the Flash trailer stuff that we can't exactly be discussing, but I did want to bring up some points on like some screenshots.
You know, it is interesting how they're still filming it, right? They finished Black Adam like a week ago, 2 weeks ago. Like they filmed that pretty quickly. They only took like 2 months or so to film that.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't take that long to film scenes, right? I mean,
well, some movies like the Batman movie, they took like 2 years to film that or something. Well, because of COVID, but
yeah, really well. Not long time friend of Mr. Lude. Hope you're both well. Well, thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us on the podcast. Short movie then. Oh, Black Adam?
I think Black Adam is the one that I think at least could be somewhat decent. I don't know. That's what my gut feeling is telling me. Flash,
that's what my
I don't
gut's
know.
telling me too.
The Batman, I don't know.
I have that same feeling too. Actually, I have a strong feeling that Black Adam is going to be like their kind of cool movie, just because The Rock is a dope actor. And honestly, I kind of like the casting. I kind of didn't like the casting. I really wish they would have given him hair. I understand why they didn't give him hair. I thought it would have been great if they had given him hair, though. I thought it would have been fucking fantastic. Because, like, I mean, he's big. He's big like that, too. And, you know, did we discuss what The Rock said last week? Did I discuss that with you? Or no?
Well, he says lots of things. What did he say?
The Rock was essentially like cheering on, like, Henry Cavill in a sense that he was saying that, like, and with Black Adam, he was saying that, like, superheroes really need to, like, the people that they cast for superhero films, they really need to raise the bar and the standard for who they're casting in these roles, because he said that he refused to wear padding, in the sense that, like, why should he wear padding? Like, he's already super duper muscular.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
his body's already like ripped as all hell,
full of steroids and stuff.
He thinks, well, no, I think a lot of his, well, maybe earlier, but like, I think late, like now, he's fully natural. But
nah, man, he's like almost 50. You don't get that big in your 40s.
He works out constantly every single day. I mean, if you even see his training room in his building, it's crazy. But maybe, who knows? I have no idea. But one thing I do want to say is that, like, I do appreciate the whole idea of, like, raising the bar for superheroes, right? Like, yeah, these actors do need to fucking be in shape. You know what? Like, you know what, Robert Pattinson? Like, yeah, you do gotta fucking go work out, because that's part of your job, man. You know what I mean?
That was ridiculous. Oh, I can't believe that was even a thing.
Thank you for the lurk, Koala. Just finished my VR. Oh, you did a VR stream? How's it going, Koala? How'd it go? What were you streaming? But yeah, what was I just saying? Sorry, I blanked out.
About Robert Pattinson not wanting to work out. And
oh yeah, people got to fucking start working out more for, like, these roles.
Well, you know, Michael Keaton's not going to get jacked. I mean, he's almost 70.
Oh, you were playing Beat Saber. Nice. Doing reshoots. Wait, who's almost 70? Michael Keaton, right? Yeah, but still, I mean, yeah, that's why you don't do that Batman. That's why you don't do 70-year-old Michael Keaton Batman.
It's going to be a stunt double, like, most of the time anyway. Yeah,
but still.
Or something.
I mean, if you want to do 70-year-old Batman, you do Batman Begins Batman. Yeah, he fucking, you know, falls off a roof, and then he's got that ache in his back, and then he has to sometimes fight with his cane, you know, like that's 70-year-old Batman for you, you know, or whatever, however old he is in Batman Begins. GB, what did I do? Why did you turn it off, LMAO? What, the commands? The commands aren't on Wednesdays when I'm doing this
because we're on YouTube and stuff.
Yeah, we're on YouTube, and also I'm using, like, a different platform where my notifications are not implemented. Yeah. Sorry about that, Koala. I'm very sorry. But yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I definitely here. Wait, let me move it to this or that, because we weren't reading that. Yeah, I don't know. I agree with what The Rock is saying, though, like, in the sense that, like, you know, if you're portraying, like, a big character, you gotta fucking be big. You know what I mean? Like, it's just part of that. You know what I mean? Lurk, thank you for the lurk. I appreciate the lurk, Koala. Much love. But yeah, I'm not technically on. We're not technically on Twitch. I'm using like a separate platform, and I can't even like. Can I even write in this? Oh wow. How does that come up looking? Oh, it comes up looking as restream typing in chat. Interesting. How does it look on Twitch? Sorry, I'm curious now. Oh my god, GB, who's your cute friend? That is Lude. Lude, that is Honey.
Honey was here last time, right?
Was Honey here last time? Honey, how are you today? How are you doing?
You wrote FAF?
FAO?
Well, because it says Restream wrote. You see that comment?
I wrote.
I can't pull that. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, but it appeared as me typing in my Twitch chat. Interesting.
Interesting. Falafel.
Trying to say falafel? No. No. Yeah.
So what else do we got? There's that James Gunn article about like how he was allowed to do whatever he wants without any consequences.
Yeah, I wonder what that entails, because I wonder if who was that by?
IGN. It was on
James
IGN.
Gunn was told to do whatever he wants. Oh, here you go. Do whatever the fuck you want, apparently was her wording.
But
Get it
why?
Do whatever the fuck you want. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. Clearly, I mean, I already know what it is. I feel like Zack Snyder just has like a quirky personality, and like because of his quirky personality, like
I don't know what he did, man. Like
I just don't think they like him. That plain and simple. I do not think that they like him very much. Is this too small?
But it's so weird because all the actors and stuff who's worked with him, like, yeah, this looks weird. It still is too big. All the actors that's worked with him, they have all said, like, you know, he's fantastic. He's a super nice guy.
Snyder seems like a great guy. He does seem like a great guy. I don't get why he's always so... Yeah. I don't know why there's like a group of people who actively dislike him. I will never understand it. But, you know, I mean, that's just me. I have my doubts about this movie. Again, I just don't think this movie's going to be good. I think that's going to be really sloppy, like intentionally sloppy, which I think is fine. And I think it's going to be like super over the top, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
I definitely believe it will be over the top.
Yeah, I don't know. I have a huge problem with the John Cena pick too. And I have a huge problem with the fact that John Cena's Peacemaker is getting a show as well, right?
Yeah, he is on HBO Max.
Why? Whose fucking idea is that? Like, who thinks that is a good idea? I just don't understand. Because they believe Zack Snyder doesn't understand these characters. I don't even think that's the case anymore. I think that it's that people like actively dislike Zack Snyder's vision of stuff. The only person who I think could be cool is maybe Polka Dot Man. I actually have like high hopes for his character in this movie.
Perhaps.
Yeah. And maybe the thinker character as well.
I don't know. I think there's way too many characters because there's like 20, 30 characters or something.
Oh, yeah, they're going to get killed off like butter, though. That's like the point, is that they're like going to kill off all these characters in the show, or in this. I missed that hype train as well. Not a big fan of him regardless. Who? Of Snyder or of James Gunn? I don't know.
You know, James Gunn wrote his first movie, coincidentally. He wrote Dawn of the Dead.
Did he?
Yeah. I don't know how well they know each other, but maybe not at all, but he did write Dawn of the Dead.
Oh, John Cena. Oh, word. Yeah, dude, I just have no idea about that pick in general.
Well, I don't know.
John Cena as Peacemaker? Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, Peacemaker. Who the hell knows what Peacemaker is?
I mean, he's like a walking meme in the fucking shows, or like in the animated stuff. I feel like he's like supposed to be like over the top, like not like a. I mean, again, he's kind of like, he reminds me a lot of who's that character? He's like one of those characters that you kind of just throw away, though.
Yeah, but like the general public wouldn't know who that character is what I'm saying.
Booster Gold. That's who I was looking for in my head. I was thinking of Booster Gold. Like, who the fuck? Like, I know some people like Booster Gold, I guess, but like, don't make a show of Booster Gold. You know what I'm saying? Like, that just doesn't make any sense to me. It's like the same thing of like, you're making.
Mm-hmm.
And some people say like, oh, Booster Gold could be like the Deadpool of the DC universe, and it's like, I mean, I guess, but like, wasn't there also a Booster Gold show that was supposedly in development? I feel like there was. Still want Deadshot in the movie. Oh, yeah, I don't understand. I mean, I think Will Smith is just too expensive. I need more water, if you guys don't mind me getting up for a second.
Will Smith is expensive. I mean, he turned down the Independence Day sequel.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just excuse myself for one moment while I get water. Lude.
Absolutely. Still want Deadshot in the movie.
Take over for 30 seconds. Sorry. Be right back.
Yeah. You know, allegedly Deadshot was going to be in like one of the Justice League sequels instead of Deathstroke. Obviously, who knows if that'll happen. But I did see like some artwork that was suggesting that. But who knows? I mean, what does Will Smith do? He's done... Men in Black 3 came out like 10 years ago. I don't know if they're going to make another one. I think they did do Bad Boys 3 already. And he wasn't in Independence Day Resurgence, and that's one of the reasons... A lot of people think that's one of the reasons why the movie flopped. It didn't do well at all. I didn't like it regardless. I mean, that was kind of a pretty sloppy movie. I like the first one. First Independence Day was pretty good. I used to like it a lot when I was like 10 years old because I was obsessed with destruction movies back then. I was obsessed with Roland Emmerich movies like that and Armageddon. And
I'm back.
He did the first Godzilla.
Who are we talking about? What are you talking about?
I was talking about, I was trailing off what you mentioned about Will Smith and how he was in Independence Day and how I used to be obsessed when I was like 10 years old with those types of destruction movies.
Like world apocalypse movies?
Yeah.
Apocalyptic.
Because Roland Emmerich, who's a director, he likes to do a lot of those destruction movies.
Wait, what type of movies has he made? Or what?
He did the Godzilla from '98. He did Independence Day. He did Day After Tomorrow.
Okay.
He did 2012.
Oh, he really likes doing those ones.
Yeah.
Word.
Yeah, I used to love those when I was younger.
Isn't it just aliens blowing up the White House? Independence Day? Nah, Independence Day is pretty cool. If you haven't seen
Well, that's
Independence
one
Day,
part of it.
yeah, that is one part of it. But yeah, it's just like a cool, badass sci-fi movie, I guess you could say. It's like it's very much prime Will Smith, like Will Smith at his like, you know, like Men in Black Will Smith. So I don't think his name carries as much weight as it once does. Just my opinion. I think he's like kind of over that whole threshold. I mean, like he's still very popular, but yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
He's had like a series of kind of yeah, movies that have tried to bank off of his name that I feel like have just not really done well, but yeah. We'll see. I would like have seen him come back as Deadshot since they established him as Deadshot, but
I thought his Deadshot was kind of boring, to be honest, because it was just
Oh,
all
I
I
thought
saw
so.
was Will Smith just being
Oh,
Will
Jim
Smith.
Jam. Thank you for the follow. Well, is that on Twitch? I believe that's on Twitch. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that, man. Sorry my alerts aren't working in this restream thing. But
You're always
yeah.
talking over me.
Sorry. I wanted to think that I saw it come up. Repeat what you said. Sorry.
I don't even remember what I said. It said like I didn't really. His Deadshot was kind of boring because all I saw was Will Smith just being Will Smith.
Okay. Yeah. No, I totally feel that. 100%.
Like it was just him with guns, basically.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm no expert on Deadshot, to be honest. So I don't know like how he's supposed to be, but
I could tell you that was also like one of those swaps as well.
yeah. This I don't honestly mind
really
that
care.
much because
really care
he's
about
not
that
like an
either.
iconic character that everyone knows. It's like, oh yeah, that's Deadshot. Only if like you're a diehard DC guy do you know who that is. So
Yeah, no, I feel that.
me-
Usually he's in his mask too. So,
yeah.
But yeah. I mean, I was okay with it. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. Deadshot is white. Yep, he is a white dude. I thought the guy in the Flash show actually did him okay, or whatever. Of course, it's like TV network acting, but you know, I forgive a show when it's on network TV. You know, I mean, when they like don't act well, I'm like, it's okay. You're on network TV. I understand. You know?
Yeah, I mean, one of the reasons why is because when they do these TV shows, they have a very fast schedule. So, like, they don't have time to do a bunch of takes or anything. So, a lot of it's just kind of like off the whim.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, I'm actually kind of sad about the Flash show. The Flash show lost a few of its
Lost some steam.
It lost a character that I really have loved for years personally.
Is the Puerto Rican guy?
Yeah, Cisco Ramon. Yeah, I really liked Cisco Ramon. He was a really good part of the show, just in general. So
was he based off a comic or is he original character?
No, he's based off of a character.
Okay.
Off of a character called Vibe from the Flash.
Oh, he's Colombian. Okay, now I see why you like.
He is Colombian, isn't he? Yeah, he is. He looks it too, actually. but yeah, no, he was supposed to be a character from the comics, which I think he did well. And it's also a Hispanic character as well, so I mean, it's kind of cool that they picked him for that role. I thought he did it well, personally.
Why did he leave? He just got tired of it?
I mean, it's
want more money.
8 years, you know. How long are you going to play a character for? You know what I mean?
I guess, but if that were me, I would. If as long as I enjoyed it, I'd stick around. But who knows?
Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, there you go. I thought he did it. I thought he was fine for the role. I liked him doing the character in general. And I liked his outfit from the show as well. Where is it? I wish there was better side-by-side comparisons of him in the show and him. Yeah, here you go. That's another good shot, I think. I thought they did it well. I thought it was cool. So Cisco died. He didn't die now. He just leaves. He leaves Central City.
Rides into the sunset.
Yeah, I mean, essentially that's what he did. He rode into the. He had his own little ride into the sunset scene. But yeah, you know, I mean, again, this is like one of those characters where it's like, so like, I'm just gonna say like there are certain characters that personally, like, you know, I'm like, oh, that's like, you know, that's a Hispanic character or whatever. Which I think, like, you know, Vibe is like one of those examples of like a character like that. Even like somebody like, what's his name? Like, we talked about casting, or we talked about casting earlier about how like, as long as you're trying to like fit the character, right?
Yeah, as long as you like, you can pull it off.
Yeah, as long as you can pull it off, right? Exactly. So, kind of like how Arsenal left Arrow. Yeah, a lot of people left Arrow. A lot of people left the Flash too. Also the stretchy guy, but he left because of like sexual misconduct stuff.
Really?
Yeah, what's his name? The stretchy guy?
Mr. Fantastic?
No, that's from Marvel. Plastic
guy.
Man. Plastic
Man.
Yeah,
Plastic Man.
Yeah, I forgot what he did. He touched somebody's butt or something. I don't know. Anyways, I was gonna say, I know you're not a Star Wars fan, or like new Star Wars. I am a
Star Wars fan, but I'm not a Disney Star Wars fan.
New Star Wars fan, yeah. But you know, I mean, Ezra Bridger was like one of those characters that I was like, oh, they should pick like a Hispanic actor for that character, and they did. And so like, those are characters to me that like I feel like, you know, yeah, I think are visually, to me, they look a certain way. You know what I mean? Like if you take this character and you're like, yeah, I mean, like he looks Hispanic. You know what I mean? And so like, yeah. Casting an Hispanic person in those roles makes sense, right? So it's like, I don't know. So that's just my take on like those types of decisions.
No, it makes sense. It's perfectly reasonable in my book.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's always cases where like, I don't know, the Batgirl thing really makes me question. Like, it really makes me scratch my head, man. Oh wait, I already read that. But yeah, the Batgirl thing just really makes me scratch my head. When you have like low budget shit clearly working out better. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, that was the Aladdin actor who's going to be playing Ezra Bridger. I think he's a great pick for that role, though. Yeah. I think I have high hopes for Disney Star Wars in the future. I know you do. Don't. Yeah, I do.
What makes you so sure?
I think that they've left the hurdle that they were going over.
But they still got KK.
Who's KK?
Kathleen, your favorite
Oh,
Kathleen Kennedy.
Kathleen Kennedy. Oh, right. No, I think Star Wars is going in the right direction. I don't like Brie Larson at all. Like, I really don't. But I have high hopes for her character because I'm pretty sure it's that clone girl. I still haven't watched The Bad Batch. I've been meaning to just bang it out in one day. And I'm just gonna record my reaction and then upload it to YouTube or whatever. But like,
Right.
I'm almost convinced that that's her character, right? And I don't have a problem with like how it fits into like old lore moving forward. I just think that they have to be really careful with like the new stories that they're making and how they're phrasing stuff. For example, like she phrased, I think Kathleen Kennedy was like, this Jedi is going to be more powerful than Darth Vader. And it was just like, nah. You don't say stuff like that. That's a stupid thing to say, you know? So like, I think a lot of it has to do with marketing. But
yeah. I think that's a valid point.
Yeah, because I mean, it's just like they can continue the Star Wars story with like another female like Jedi lead, right? With her, but I just think that it's like the way you're phrasing things are very deliberately like, you know, they're phrased in very deliberate ways to like try to trigger people or something like that, and I think it's just like really stupid that they try to do that. Vader is a legend. Yeah, he is a legend. I agree. Yeah, I don't know. What other Star Wars stuff is there coming out?
There was a lot. There's that whole panel they had a year ago, or was it a year and a half ago?
Oh, aren't they making an Asajj Ventress show?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Isn't that
That's
what
someone who
Acolyte
should have
was,
gotten
or-
more attention.
That is someone who should have gotten more attention. I have no fucking idea why they.
No,
instead
instead they got to bring your boy Maul back from the dead and have him live for like 30 years or whatever.
Well, I like Darth Maul as well. He lives he lives for quite a while after that, right?
Nah.
40 years or something like that, to be completely honest. But yeah, I like Darth Maul and I like Asajj Ventress. I like both of them. And they kind of have their own little quarrels as well with each other. Asajj Ventress, though, is a character. Oh man, I could totally see them recanonizing Asajj Ventress as well. I would hate that. If like, yeah. That's like one of those characters where like you could really cast like any chick as long as they like fit the body type of Asajj Ventress, right? But like you gotta fucking paint that chick with wet paint from head to toe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's one of those characters where I feel like if they made a show about her, I wouldn't be surprised if they picked like somebody who was like darker and then like just didn't paint them for the show. You know what I mean?
Right,
that's one of those characters that I would be like kind of pissed off and be like, there's a it's part of the character. You know what I mean? So I don't know. My mind just went on a little trail of thought there, but you know what I mean? Like Gamora. Yeah, like Gamora as well. Yeah, like you can cast anyone you want in Gamora's character in that role, but you better paint the shit out of her green. You know what I mean? I don't want to see regular skinned Hulk. You know what I mean? Like Hulk is green, Gamora's green, you know? Asajj Ventress is pale as fuck, you know? So yeah, these are all like characters that like, yeah.
Gamora's green. No.
Yeah, imagine skin tone color Gamora. Like that would be so awkward. It's so awkward.
I mean, they did it with freaking Starfire.
That's what you were gonna say. I know. I was just like, and people didn't see a problem with it, and I'm just like, you guys just don't understand. Then, like, if you don't understand the problem, then you just like are like not getting it. Like, I don't know. But even for that actress, that was like not the right actress to have picked for that role. Although I saw some really nice fan pictures of her as I saw better fan photoshops of that actress as
Yeah,
Starfire
I know.
than how she looks on screen.
I
It's
know it,
just
but
too
for some
good.
reason, like on screen, she looks like super black.
Yeah, I don't know what they were trying to do with that show in general, but I don't know. Some people like it. Some people really like that show. I don't know how. That's not my Starfire though. I remember when that came out. There's this other YouTuber that I watch. I forgot his name. Yeah, young black dude though, and he loves Starfire. He has like Starfire shit all in the back of his room and shit like that. And he was just like, "That is not my Starfire. That shit is whack." And I was like, "Yep. At least we're in agreement." You know what I mean? Oh, man, I can't believe that they did that to Starfire. So stupid. It's like if they did that to Ahsoka. You know what I mean? Like, I would be so pissed if they had done that to Ahsoka. Like, if Ahsoka was Toph is not blind. Yeah, well, that would be crazy too. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, that would be like an example of something like that, though. Or like, let's say they did the Avatar live action, Ethan. It would be like they don't pick. Are you talking about Titans? We were talking about Titans, yeah. But imagine if they did a live adaptation of Avatar: The Last Airbender, Ethan, and they picked like a chick who was like 20 to play Toph. Like, that would make no fucking sense. You know what I mean? Like, or like, let's say you picked a 26-year-old actress to play Toph. Like, that would make no fucking sense. This is like a character who's like supposed to be like 10 years old, like really young. You know what I mean? So like, that's part of her character. That's just all I'm saying. You know, you got to pick a kid to play that role. You know, that's the only way it works. So at least for me. So yeah, it had the worst trailer ever for Titans. Yeah, I mean, she's 12. Okay, there you go. Yeah, she's really young though. That's all I know. She's supposed to be really short. You know, so you want to pick like a small, short actor. You know, for that role, for Toph at least, in my opinion, if they were to ever do that. I mean, they are gonna do it, but yeah, again, I have so much judgment about it. I've had an Avatar: The Last Airbender show, so
we always find some way to talk about Avatar, like every week.
Because
every conversation devolves into Avatar.
Because it fits so much into
your universe. Like, here's GB, and like here's Avatar.
No. It's not
just
that.
Always in orbit.
It's that there's this like Avatar is my best example of like this need for like Hollywood to like diversify their universes and like try to like be inclusive or whatever the fuck it is that makes them do these type of casting changes. And it's just like the greatest example of like not just like whitewashing, but also like just like like even there's like I guess Indian washing one of the nations. I don't know what you want to call it. It's just like it's the greatest example of like of being just like, what the fuck was this guy thinking when he made that? Like a really good example of like a show that is so good where the director clearly like maybe watched 2 YouTube videos on the show and was like, all right, I got this. I can make this movie. Like he clearly didn't watch the show, but he just like watched something about the show and was like, I can do this. I can make this movie, you know? And that's like my big problem with even like this Batgirl thing. It's like, you know, somebody was like, oh yeah, like that's like a strong, independent woman underneath that mask, you know, And we got to show the world that that's a strong, independent woman underneath that mask. Therefore, we're going to make a Batgirl TV show. That'll show everybody that she's strong and independent. You know what I mean? That's the idea process that they have while making these shows. When in reality, people are like, nah, Batgirl is like, that's a sidekick, bro. Like that, like that's not Batman, you know? Like, yeah, she goes off and does her own shit, but like that's not Batman. Like that's Batgirl. Like that's like the little girl that Batman's training, not you know what I'm saying? I don't know.
I hear what you're saying.
And so yeah, Avatar fits into it all because it's like, yeah, it's just like a great example of it being done in the opposite direction and being like, here is this thing, here is this bullshit of an argument that people like to have for why it's okay to do these diverse casting changes, and here's an example of why it's bullshit. You know what I mean? And it's a great example of it.
It only goes one way too.
The whole discussion does only go one way, which is why I'm like, here's Avatar, here's the other direction, here's this bullshit, you know? That's why I love to use it, because yeah, that and Death Note, it's like, here's your diverse bullshit. I mean, y'all can have it. Here's examples of it. Like, we already have it. So
oh my god, man! Like this combined with the I still think the Black Superman thing is gonna get canceled, but
I think so too. I don't see. There's no way. I haven't heard anything about that movie in months.
Right.
I feel like if it was getting made, we would, or like if people were like really trying to get it done, we would have had some type of news on it, right?
Yeah, you saw how fast they hired James Gunn. I mean,
yeah, that's true, right? How fast did they hire James Gunn?
They hired him in like 1 week or something.
And also like the Keaton news, right? Or even like the Tobey Maguire news with like the MCU and all that stuff. Like how fast that information came out. It's like, it's only like a period of time from when it goes from like speculation to like, oh yeah, it's true. You know what I mean? It's like, so like, yeah, I mean, a director still hasn't even been like cast for that, right?
No. JJ. Oh god, I forgot JJ is in charge of all this crap. Oh.
He's also attached to the Valve Half-Life 2 movie, Portal movie, which
for a moment
has no idea why a Portal movie is getting made, but okay.
For a moment, GB, I forgot that dude even existed. Then it just all came back. I'm like, oh, yeah, he's
J.J. Abrams. Yeah, that's another problem within itself. You're a fan of like Half-Life and Portal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think it's funny that like somebody was like, yeah, let's make a Portal movie. It's like, like I could see. I
wouldn't be against it, but they'd have to have a good idea. It can't just, I don't know. It'd have to expand more on the game. You know, it can't just be like copying the game.
But I loved The Force Awakens. I thought that The Force Awakens, I was extremely skeptical when I saw this Force Awakens. The second I saw Force Awakens, I was like, oh man, I'm like walking on eggshells right now. And this feels really uncomfortable, but I want to have faith. That was my initial reaction to The Force Awakens. I had so much skepticism about the universe, and thank God I did, is all I'm going to say. And the reason why, I've said it before. Did you like Force Awakens?
I haven't seen any of those movies. You should know this.
You haven't even seen Force Awakens? Wow.
No, see, I'm a diehard supporter of what I say. Like if I say I'm not supporting this, I'm not supporting it.
Huh.
Force Awakens, see Rogue One. That was the only one I compromised on.
You should see Solo as well. Actually, Solo is really good. I thought the two movies that I thought are the best Star Wars films so far is Solo and.
You Rogue just One. Like Solo because Maul's in it for like 5 seconds.
No, I love Solo because I think that the actor actually did a decent job at playing Han Solo, and I thought that if you're gonna like recast a character, I thought like maybe that was like a semi decent job of doing it. And I also really liked that they did. I like Childish Gambino as Lando Calrissian. I actually really like that. I thought he worked out really well. He looked like a younger version of that character, and yeah, I think it's just like a very welcome side story. It's like a bullshit side story to the Star Wars universe, and I think that it's like I think that Solo is going to age like fine wine. You know, I think that Solo is just going to, as it ages, it's going to get better and better and better because it really is just like a solid Star Wars movie. In that universe. The Vader scene in Rogue One. Oh yeah, I love the Vader scene in Rogue One. I think, yeah. I hope they don't ruin any of the stuff, yeah, about Vader just in general with the Kenobi show. So I don't know. Like, you know,
I'm a little bit curious about the Kenobi show. Like, hopefully that's, I don't know. We'll see. I'll leave that
depressing.
I'll be neutral on that for the time being.
I think that the Kenobi show has to be depressing. It has to be like that show's got to be. I hope that show shows Obi-Wan. Like, you've seen the Obi-Wan PTSD video. It better be something like that, because like
that would be interesting. Sure, why not? Like, it's rumored that he's gonna have nightmares about like Darth Vader and stuff. So
yeah, I would love that.
Yeah.
I think that it needs to be like him just like completely being a disheveled old man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he lived through the prime years of his life as a Jedi. He had these ideas formulated about his life and his existence, and he lived by them. He died by them. You know, like everyone ever close to him has died because of his morals and because of like the Jedi Order and because of everything that he stood for and all of this stuff. And now he's just on a fucking desert planet protecting two kids. Like, that show better fucking show a man who's lost everything in his life. You know what I mean? Personally, that's what I want to see. It has to be a show about a man who's lost everything in his life and is trying to like come to grips with like the fact that like the universe will move forward in a productive way. You know, like he has to see the hope in Luke Skywalker and Leia.
As far as I know, they haven't cast a young Luke Skywalker yet, which is weird.
Well, I don't. How young is Luke going to be during that?
He's supposed to be like 10 or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they've obviously met before, like at least once or twice.
Yeah, yeah.
Because he knows who he is.
Yeah, I mean, Obi-Wan's supposed to be like a protector over Luke in the Star Wars canon. Apparently, at least that's what it's supposed to be. But yeah,
right.
Back to I didn't finish a thought about Force Awakens though, and I'm going to go back to it really quickly. I had a problem with Force Awakens because it relied so heavily on nostalgia bait and like
well, that was deliberately.
Yeah, and so it was, yeah, and it relied so heavily on like throwing like little Easter eggs in. It was like, oh, we're looking through the computers.
Member berries.
What is this thing about the black saber? Like, right when they're doing like an arc in Star Wars Rebels about the black saber, I was just like, all right, I like that you mentioned that, or I like that you like at least like show it on screen or something like that. But I don't know if there was just like so many of those moments. It was just like one after the other, after the next, after the next, after the next, and I was like, man, this is just like Easter egg after Easter egg, and then forced powerful bullshit, and I don't know, yeah. Jedi mind trick is always like a high level skill to me within the Jedi Order. So the fact that Rey knew it pissed me off. That was a skill that you unlocked very late into games. Yeah. I hope Christian is well. I think Hayden
he's in it.
Christensen.
He is in it.
Hayden Christensen is in it. Yeah, for sure. I think Hayden Christensen will do a fantastic job as Anakin again. I think he's a great actor. He was just. I think that George Lucas is terrible when it comes to writing dialogue. Like, he's god awful when it comes to writing dialogue. So, yeah, I think Hayden did well for the material that he was given. You know, so I don't know. I forgive Hayden for a lot of his shitty acting back in the day, personally. But yeah, I feel bad for the young Anakin actor. Oh man, me too. Me too, man. Jake Lloyd. Yep. Jake, that's a story within itself, man. I've felt bad for Jake Lloyd for years. I remember being like 20 years old and looking up Jake Lloyd and just feeling like absolute shit about like how much he was bullied and stuff. And it's just gone on, and he's just progressed to be a kind of angry person who's hates Star Wars. And yeah, I just feel bad for him. Yeah. Oh well, what can you do? I think you said it last week, Lude, something about child stars and like famous and like child stars. It just doesn't fucking work out, man. It just does something.
I don't know what it is. But
it does something to your brain, I think. I guess all the attention, or I don't know. Yeah.
Especially in today's age, like, because a lot of these kids were like in the mid 90s and like the rise of the internet and all that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it has a lot to do with like the perception of like, I mean, it happens on like social media as well. Like the perception of like, oh, you see a snapshot of somebody's life and you think like, oh, it must be like that. Like that's how it feels. Like when I have like a fancy drink and I'm at a fancy restaurant, I'm supposed to feel happy, right? And like elegant and all this stuff. When in reality, it's not really like that. You know what I mean? It's like, so we have a way of like hyper visualizing like our lives or whatever, however you want to say that. And I think that if like somebody who grows up inside all of that, like as the person that you're supposed to be aspiring to be, it like fucks with their head, like in the sense that like, they're not that perfect actor that they're portraying on screen. You know what I mean? And they have their own life problems. And then I feel like those like, yeah, playing roles and then trying to figure out your own life. I feel like, yeah, it's just like a bad mix of bullshit. Yeah. Again, I said it last week. I'll go back to it again. This is why I enjoy characters that go through a lot of shit when they're like younger. Because I'm like, you ain't gonna,
The same thing happened with the guy who played Jar Jar, Ahmed Best.
Yeah, I feel bad for him, dude. That's one thing I don't even like to even talk about sometimes is Jar Jar Binks actor. He's starting to get some more stuff. They actually Disney cast him as a Jedi Master, or like for like one of their card games. Or something
Yeah.
And I was like, that's a really nice thing to have done for that actor. Like, I feel like if they're gonna do like new Star Wars movies and introduce new Jedi Masters, just give that man a fucking role on the council, or like give him a role as like a Jedi Master. You know what I mean? Just fucking do it. That's just my opinion on the matter. Star Wars messed up that man's life. At least make his life better from using it in some way, So, yeah. I really like this fan pick. Whoever drew this fan pick of Star Wars Rebels, really on point. Sorry, I'm going to open it up. I really like this. This is cool. I'm telling. If you like original Star Wars, right? You guys can't see it. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
If you like original Star Wars, you should watch Star Wars Rebels. I'm telling you, Lude, you would like Star Wars Rebels. Actually, it is very Disney, but it's also extremely original Star Wars, like super like original Star Wars. So I highly recommend Star Wars Rebels. If you didn't like Star Wars Clone Wars, right? Or like you
No, I did for the most part.
We should watch Rebels then. I don't know, a lot of people hate it, but I really like Rebels. So
What about the other one? What was it?
hell no, we don't talk about that show. I didn't even try
What the
watching
hell's
it.
it called? Shit, I don't even remember. It's
The
not
one
Star
about the
Wars
pilots
Mercenaries.
or whatever.
Yeah. The one about the
No. I didn't even bother with that one. I saw through that
Resistance, I
immediately.
think.
I saw that as like a cheap way to try to sell toys to kids. Honestly, I was like, this is like Star Wars' second attempt at pod racing right here. Which it's like pod racing did its thing, but like y'all don't need to make a show about like teenage rebellious pilots or whatever it was about. Like I don't know what that show was about, but nah, I'm not with that type of Star Wars.
Oh man, it's so stupid how like they
Pod
just became
racing is fun. It is.
Resistance from Rebellion. It's like, really?
Yeah, well, because of Rebellion. I wonder if they changed it to Resistance because like Rebellion has like a more negative connotations. Vroom, GB, vroom.
Vroom.
I used to love the pod racing games back in the day, dude.
There
Pod
was one
Racing
on
64.
N64, wasn't there?
Yeah, Pod Racing 64 was one of the greatest fucking racing games of all time. Changed my mind. That was such a great game. But yeah. And pod racing was like universally despised at that time by like a lot of the older Star Wars fans, but it kind of grew into something that like that became like part of like Star Wars novelty in a way. But yeah, I felt like the whatever that show was, Star Wars Resistance or whatever. Oh, it fucking yeah. The second I saw it, I was just like, no, hard pass. I do not like the animation. I don't like anything about it. I'm telling you though, this show's good. I really liked Star Wars Rebels, but yeah.
More than you like Avatar?
No. Although I like one of the characters more than I like any of the characters in Avatar, I'd say maybe. Which
so is Toph your number one?
No. I'm saying I like Kanan Jarrus probably more than I like Toph.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I like this character. And I like this character because he's supposed to be. Yeah, I've said it before. This is Star Wars Jedi Knight outcast character, just reimagined in today's new universe. So that I have to love this because I grew up with the Star Wars Jedi Outcast games. So, like, yeah, that's like definitely a defining part of my childhood. Is Kyle Katarn. You like the.
I thought Kyle Katarn was pretty neat. I mean, I played the Jedi Outcast and all that. I remember that from back in the day.
Yeah, he was my boy. He was my boy from way back when. I'm trying to get a picture of him. Yeah. Kyle Katarn. It's my boy right there. Never going to get to see him in live action, but...
You know, apparently Finn was supposed to be kind of...
like Kyle Katarn
version of...
Yeah, well...
he was supposed to be like, I guess, Disney's version, but that didn't turn out well.
See, that was why I was convinced... That's what I thought as well, but I was almost convinced that Finn... I thought Finn was supposed to be this character, right? But when they redid this character here like this, I was convinced that this was him, right? But I was also like, Finn, like they just didn't do anything with him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and it was clear that JJ didn't have the intention to do anything with him either, based on his statement. Like this, I don't know if you remember the statement in that one video of him talking about the Star Wars stuff, but like he was just like, yeah, it didn't have a plan, and like some characters that weren't supposed to be important then became like really important. I'm pretty sure he was talking about Finn. I'm pretty sure Finn was supposed to be like actually really badly hurt and like wasn't supposed to recover from. Right, you haven't seen The Force Awakens. He gets slashed in the back and he's supposed to be like paralyzed, or like the idea I thought was that they were going to give him like robotics to like be able to stand again or whatever. And he was going to be like a broken character that, like, you know, in every Star Wars movie, somebody's got to fucking lose a limb, or at least that's what I always thought. And so like I thought that that was like his limb, or like that was what that was going to be. And then he just gets like regenerated, and then like he just continues going on about his day. And that's about it. Finn was such a wasted opportunity, dude. Ugh, I cannot express that enough. I cannot express enough how much of a missed opportunity Finn was. I can say that forever. Because he was cool. Or he had a cool backstory. And then they just didn't do anything with it. Man. Another thing, though, is that with the loss of like the Jedi Knight outcast stuff, yeah, there's like all the mysteries of the Sith and all that stuff. All that stuff is gone, which kind of sucks.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah, like all those temple, like, I mean, they did reestablish, again, like I think I said it last week, they reestablished Malachor 5, but like beyond that, they haven't really established like any of the Sith temples, or like any like dark like Sith presence or anything like that. Like they haven't established like what's his name, like Mark Aragnos or whatever, or like any of that stuff from all of that. Like, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I remember the Ragnos stuff.
Yeah, that's from Old Republic. Like, remember, you have to like go into like the multiple tombs. I think one of them is Mark Aragnos. One of them is the guy who started the Jedi Code. What's his name again? Darth Bane. One of them is Bane's tomb. Like, yeah, a lot of that stuff is like it's mentioned very briefly right now in current Star Wars lore. So I'm hoping all that stuff comes back. We'll see, though. We'll see. So much of Star Wars lore has been tarnished and ruined. So, and a lot of that, you know, I'll keep saying this. A lot of this stuff of like tarnishing these series has to do with people that are like, well, why can't you do this? You know what I mean? It's just like, well, why can't the Force be female? It's like, because it wasn't male to begin with. Like, what? You know what I mean? Like, that's my biggest problem with, yeah. People just have poor ideas about, like, I don't know. It's so stupid. I'll never be able to, understand how some of these directors get their jobs. But we'll see.
Yeah.
I have hopes for this character right here. Mark my words. If Star Wars is successful, it will be because of this character, right?
I thought you were gonna say it will be because of Rex or somebody, but
no. Rex and Ahsoka should be dying soon. They should 100% be dying soon. Ahsoka has been I have my own judgments about what I think is going to happen. I think if Dave Filoni's smart enough, if Dave Filoni knows what's best for his character, and if he knows what he's doing, like, as much as I trust Dave Filoni, I believe in him so much to the point where I think that Ahsoka is going to die in her TV show. It's going to be a one season TV show.
I don't think he'll kill off Ahsoka.
I 100% think he's going to kill off Ahsoka.
No, he's not going to. She's her baby. Or she's his baby.
Yeah, that's why he has to kill her off. He has to be the one to do it. That's exactly.
But he doesn't have to do it.
He does have to do it.
Why does he have to do it?
It's part of the circle. It's part of the circle.
Nah.
She has to die. She has to. And she has to die in like a magnificent way. And when she dies,
she should have died from Vader if at any point.
Nah. Because then that would
she should have died.
No, because then no, she shouldn't have died there, because Vader then would have been like, she would have forever been like in the shadow of Vader, right? Or whatever. So like that whole scene is to like kind of establish that like she's grown past what Vader was to her, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And like she grows past that, and she's like now past that. What else does she have to do? She has to establish the Jedi Order, or like help establish the Jedi Order with Luke. And then she has to fucking die. And that's all she has to do. That's the only thing that she has to still do with her life. If he tried milking that character, I'm going to be upset if he tries milking Ahsoka. I definitely think she has to die.
Mm.
And she has to die in a very specific way for me to be happy. She has to see Force Ghost Anakin. She has to, before she dies. It has to happen. If it doesn't happen, I will be a very angry Star Wars fan, personally. But yeah. You don't think he'll kill her off?
No, because he
doesn't answer to Kathleen Kennedy.
Sure he does. Everyone does. These are Doomcock rumors. Like, remember that guy I showed you with the mask and everything?
Which one?
His name is Doomcock. It's on YouTube. And he's got like that mask, and he has the voice alteration, so he sounds like this.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I know, but yeah, he believes in these rumors where, like, you know, there's a secret civil war in Lucasfilm, and then there's like the Dave Filoni side, and then there's Kathleen Kennedy side, and Jon Favreau's on Dave Filoni's side, and they're trying to fight over it.
I 150% believe that.
Nah, I don't buy it.
Oh, I 150% believe that, dude. Oh man, okay. Pay attention to Dave Filoni, dude. He leaves his clues and his sprinkles everywhere. Anytime that man is up on stage, everything he says is very deliberate. And I trust so heavily in Dave Filoni, because maybe you don't know this. Dave Filoni also was creative director over Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah, I know. I do know that. I know that's another reason why you have so much confidence.
I have a lot of confidence in that man. I look at that man and I can just smell nerd off of him. I'm like, oh, you get it. He gets it. I'm telling you, man. Dave Filoni. He knows not to overdo his character. And that's the thing. There was rumors that, like, the rumor is that, like, Ahsoka was like the character that they wanted to use to like continue the storyline of like Star Wars. But like Dave was like, nah, you can't use my character. Because like what I had heard was that like Kathleen Kennedy was like super into the idea of like, you know, feminizing Star Wars by making like the Force female and like Rey and all of that other type of stuff. And Ahsoka being like the prime suspect, the prime example of like a awesome female character. Apparently she tried to go after that and be like, we need to use this character. And Dave was like, nah, you're not fucking using my character for your bullshit. You know, like you're not just like making random storylines about my character to fit into whatever you want her to be a part of, which is why I like Ahsoka, because I feel like they will kill her off eventually. She's definitely not stronger than like Luke or anything. Like than Vader. You know.
Maybe she is. Maybe she'll be the chosen one. Like that'll be retconned.
No, she's not stronger than Vader. Vader, yeah. Vader like can like rip shit apart with the Force. Ahsoka can't do anything close to that. Closest thing Ahsoka can do, I mean, she can lift stuff, but even lifting like a human was hard for her. Like, yeah. Even just lifting up a human was very difficult for Ahsoka. I don't know if you remember. So like Saw Gerrera, they're bringing back for another movie apparently, but Saw Gerrera's sister dies because Ahsoka is not strong enough to lift her up. I don't know if you remember that scene from Clone Wars, but
I don't think so.
She's like hanging off a cliff, and Ahsoka's like, "Just don't worry about it, just let go," or some shit.
Yeah.
And she lets go, and Ahsoka's like trying to like raise her up with the Force, but she gets shot or something like that, and then she ends up dropping the girl to her death, and that's like the reason why.
Well, but there's another part in the Clone Wars where, like, at the end of the new season, where like Maul's about to fly away in his little starship or starfighter, and then like she kind of uses the Force to grab that.
She stops.
Yeah, it's like, and like Luke couldn't even lift a ship, so.
Yeah. That's the thing. The whole Force. The Force is like really. They kind of messed up power levels of the Force with this whole new series, with 7, 8, and 9. They really messed up like power levels of the Force. Because apparently Luke Skywalker can fucking die if he meditates too hard. So that's the thing. I don't really, the power levels in Star Wars are just like all over the place right now. So like, is Rey stronger than Darth Vader? I don't know. How many Jedis have we seen in current Star Wars lore that like lift up massive amounts of rocks? I haven't seen it anywhere else besides Rey so far. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But Darth Vader can lift up a person using Force choke, but we never see him actually like hold a starship or whatever. Who the fuck knows? Luke Skywalker like has a fucking, you know, almost bursts a blood vessel trying to pick up his ship, but yeah. I don't know.
And then Yoda just does it with his eyes closed like it's nothing.
Yeah, Yoda does it with like his eyes closed like it's nothing, and then Luke Skywalker's a Jedi master and then dies to like concentrating too hard.
Oh yeah. Oh my god. I am so happy I made the decision to not see these films.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't understand it.
It's like, oh, Luke is here to take on the AT-ATs and whatever, and then, you know, he's fighting with the lightsaber, and then he gets like hit, and you're like, oh, you think Luke is dead? Oh no, but it's not really him. It's just projection. Haha, Luke's alive. Oh, guess what? He's gonna die anyway because why not?
Yeah, it was.
So it's like a gotcha moment.
It was
back and
so
forth, you know.
Bad. When I watched that in theaters, I was just like, what just happened? Like, I was so confused, dude. I was so fucking confused. I was just like, there's no way they just did that to Luke. Did they really just kill him? I had to go online and like look up other people's reactions just because I was like, there's no way that people like this. Like, there's no way that people are okay with this, you know? Thank God I was right after watching that. The one scene that I still love is him drinking the titty milk, the green titty milk. A lot of people hate that. A lot of people hate
like
that.
Why?
I fucking love that. I don't know. It's just like
Just
a
because
great.
it's funny.
It's It's just because it's funny. I would have done it. I would have done that. I would have kept that scene into Luke Skywalker drinking green titty
No.
milk. I was fine with it. I just wasn't fine with him being like anything else. I thought the green titty milk though was great.
No, man, that's a slap in the face. It's comparing him to a baby. That's what it is.
No, I mean he was like
I mean,
milking sea animals for their titty.
Yeah,
milk.
I know, but that because he's whining and grumpy. So what Ryan Johnson is, he's calling him a baby because that's the imagery.
I didn't think so. I thought it was more of just like he was trying to live like a humble life of like drinking his titty milk and I don't know. I thought of it as him trying to live a humble existence, but yeah, I don't know. There was just all the other stuff like I don't have a problem with him drinking titty milk. I have a problem with him dying using the Force. You know what I mean? I have like a problem with him like never having a proper lightsaber fight on screen in the new trilogy. Like, I have a problem with the fact that he's Luke Skywalker, the greatest Jedi to ever live, and then he stands up to those AT gorilla things. I don't know what they're called, but yeah, it would have been dope to see him like stand off against those things,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. It would have been dope. Would have been dope to see him just like stop all the beams while they were being fired at him. Like in the, I don't know, did you see the parody video of it?
I don't think so.
There was a parody video of like the whole end fight scene that did it better, that I thought was cooler than the actual version. And it was trying to make fun of the situation. And I was just like, a lot of this makes sense. So like if the AT-ATs or whatever had shot at Luke and he just stopped all the blasts, it would have made sense because we see what's his face stop a single blast. What's his name? Kylo Ren. You see Kylo Ren like stop a force, like a blast or a shot in midair. And it would have been like a cool comparison to see Luke Skywalker stop like all those AT-AT shots, but nope. He died because he concentrated too hard. I'll never understand it. You should watch them just to... I would love to know your reaction to them.
Well, yeah, send it to me afterwards.
You should just film your reaction to the movies and upload them to YouTube. Seriously. Film your reaction to the new Star Wars movies and upload them to YouTube.
It's still too soon.
I'm just gonna say, yeah. I just don't know how these people get in control. Don't know how these people get in control. I just wish more fans would be more serious about some of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe one day I'll make a movie on these superheroes and comic book stuff. One day. That would be the dream, right? But yeah. How does one break into the industry?
You have to know someone.
Yeah.
Or like have family connections, basically. Like either that or get extremely lucky.
Whose family can I connect with to make a Star Wars and or superhero anything?
Well, you're Italian, right? Are you related to the Coppola family?
No.
You know, they're a big fan. Like Nick Cage is one of them, and I didn't know that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, when you got money and you're in power, I mean, you got family members that are in power or whatever. Easy to get up to the top, man. It's easy to just ask your parents for a job or something, you know. There goes my poster again. It's always the same poster too. It's my StarCraft poster. It just does not like staying up on the screen on my wall. I mean, but I can't get rid of it.
There goes my poster.
Yep.
Why can't you get rid of it?
Because StarCraft 2. I'm a StarCraft fan.
Isn't that like maybe I'm wrong, but isn't that like a national game of Korea or something like that, or maybe sport?
It's a sport in Korea for sure. Yeah, I mean, it was definitely one of the first gaming. It was definitely one of the first like competitive gaming games, I guess you could say, was StarCraft. And yeah, it's awesome. Very cool game. I suck at it. I'm terrible at it. Takes a lot of micromanagement, which is very difficult to do. And yeah, I just like the lore. I like the lore and like the universe and like the art style for the most part. Anything about playing the game well, I can't fucking do that. Now, there's one type of game that I cannot play well at all, is RTSs, and I've never been able to play RTS well. Just because good RTS gameplay looks weird, in my opinion. So it's not actually like you're playing a game. You're more of just like switching between buildings very quickly and building units insanely fast. So yeah, a lot of micromanaging. I wonder if I can find. Yeah, here's a good example of a Korean player playing some StarCraft.
Oh, I remember some report of like some Korean guy died in a cafe because he played StarCraft for like 50 hours or something like that. And
playing League of Legends.
Was it League of Legends?
Yeah. Yes, it was. I mean, you can just see though, like, just look at his fingers, and then also look at like how quickly stuff is like flashing over here and over here.
How is this fun though? This just seems tedious.
It's a lot of micromanaging. That's what the game is. You're literally micromanaging like an army and like bases, and whoever can do it faster and better is.
Well, you might as well be
whoever's
doing
good.
Coding or something.
Yeah, I mean, if that's what you like, you know. This takes a lot of strategy, though. A lot of strategy, a lot of knowing what you're doing, and like, yeah. Then once you have your army set up, then it's about like micromanaging different units at the same time during a fight, which is just like insane to me. I don't understand how people do it. I don't understand how people play this game properly. Personally. Because like properly knowing how to shift between characters and like units and like actually fight and move away your characters while they're fighting, and yeah, it's just like incredible to watch them. It's crazy to watch high skill level StarCraft, in my opinion. It's like a different level of gaming from the gaming that I'm used to. So, I like Tarkov. I like hard games. But the skill cap for StarCraft is just insane, so. Yeah. Because it's about your own, it's about how quickly you can think, right? Like, you know what you have to do.
It's like Dota and stuff, right?
Nah, because Dota's a little bit more forgiving in the sense that like, let's say you don't do something, or like in League of Legends, if you don't do something, like let's say you forget to build, or like you forget to buy, you can always go back and buy, or like you can, like there are small things that like are like really detrimental at high levels of play. In this, it's a little bit different in the sense that like if you forget to build a building, like that's like a huge thing. Like or like there's timers for stuff. Like I don't know. Also, like in Dota and League, like you're managing one unit, right? Like you have to make sure that that one unit is placed in the right area. This you're micromanaging an army and the buildings that are producing the army. So you need to be like pushing out your units. You need to be managing where your units are going, managing which units are fighting what, while still building stuff back at your base. So it's just like insane amounts of micromanaging. So as opposed to Dota, which is just, or like League of Legends, which is just like micromanaging your character's location so that like you don't get hit by a specific ability or this or that, you know? It's a different game, totally different types of games. Same camera angle, I guess you could say. Same camera angle, different types of games though. But yeah. Big fan of StarCraft, not good at it at all though. Way too much micromanaging for me. So yeah, but the story of StarCraft is dope as fuck. I hope StarCraft becomes a show one day. Oh, what's up? What's up, Soviet? I didn't see you there. What are we talking about? RTS and MOBA? Yeah, we were.
That's what we're talking about now.
RTS versus MOBAs. That's exactly what we were talking about. Yep. How are you guys doing? Sorry, I'm late. Nah, you're good. Yeah, all good. How was your day, Hogs? Yeah, Soviet's way more of a MOBA person. I know. Mm-hmm. Although, Soviet, you play some RTSs too, right? I love RTSs, dude. I used to love RTSs back in the day. I posted a funny in Pics Not Dicks. Age 2 and 3 of Age of Mythology. Dude, Age of Mythology. That's a chef's kiss game right there. Age of Mythology is just Rise of Nations, great as well. Yep. Command and Conquer, all great games. What is this? An Italian American immigrant is held down and forced to watch in horror as pineapple is added to a pizza for the first time in Brooklyn, New York. This is very true. This is true statements. This is me. This is me right
you're
here.
Joe Pesci.
Yes, this is me right here. Yeah. This is a picture of me when I was younger right here. It was about a year, maybe a year and a half ago. And this was the Domino's man who brought this pizza to my house after Red ordered that disgusting fucking pineapple lover's pizza to my house. I don't know if you ever... Did I ever tell you about this? So I had a viewer who ordered a pizza directly to my door, and it was a pineapple Hawaiian pizza. It was like pineapple with like ham slices. I was just like, oh, and jalapenos. Yeah, I don't know. He just tried to make it gross as fuck. But ham, well, I guess the ham's not that bad, but the jalapenos and the fucking pineapples. I was like, oh, this is weird. I remember this. Yep. This was like a year and a half ago or something, or maybe like a year ago at this point. I was playing Hitman, I remember. Hitman 2. I remember what level I was on too. I was on the India level. Doing skyscraper shit. I'm so glad you're calling it ham and not Canadian bacon. That dude,
Canadian bacon.
that shit fucking always irks me. Canadian bacon. It annoys me when people call it ham on Hawaiian pizza. Because what is Canadian bacon? Canadian bacon, that shit is ham.
From Canada.
No, that shit is ham. That shit is ham. When you have thinly sliced pieces of pork, it's ham. It's not bacon. Bacon's like the fat from like a pig. It's like from a very specific part of a pig. So it makes me, I don't know. And I always think bacon I don't know. That's like the difference between like grilled chicken and like I don't know, chicken nuggets. It's like, you know what I mean? General Spammer, what's up? Nah, I was Christianed in the land of moose and doved Canadian bacon. I believe that. I believe that, General. What's up? How are you doing today, man? Canadian bacon is from the back, which is why it's called back bacon. But Canadian bacon isn't bacon. Ham is from the hind
softer
leg.
form of bacon. Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
I don't think so, dude. I don't know. I never understood it. I always saw it as ham on, like, whenever somebody is like Canadian bacon, egg, and cheese, that shit's not a bacon, egg, and cheese. That's a ham, egg, and cheese. Don't get it twisted with a bacon, egg, and cheese. Bacon, egg, and cheese is a... It's not what's on the sandwich. That's the sandwich name. You know what I'm saying? A bacon, egg, and cheese just happens to have bacon, eggs, cheese. But that's the name of the sandwich. You know what I'm saying? Will you just come up here and talk to a person who named it and argue that it's not bacon? Is the person still alive? It's because Canada... It's because Canada is on the back of America, hence Canadian bacon or back bacon, lol. It makes sense. That makes sense, actually. You have begun to make sense, comrade. Comrade Spammer. What? Bacon means meat from the back of an animal. Is that what bacon means? So technically, Canadian bacon is true bacon. Nah. You know what also irks me, Sylvia? I don't know how you like your bacon, Lude. So sorry if I offend you beforehand.
No, that's fine.
Anybody Okay, you're a normal human being then. Those fucking freaks of nature who enjoy chewy bacon, that shit makes no sense to me. That bacon's got to be crispy. Crispy bacon is the only type of bacon. That's part of bacon.
I mean, it shouldn't be, well, it shouldn't be like, how bread gets super stale and it's like really tough. It shouldn't be like that, obviously, but it shouldn't be like squishy.
I like mine slightly crispy. Nah, it's got to be full crisp. That shit's got to be like a... to me.
Yeah, chewy bacon is kind of... it's undercooked.
Chewy bacon's nasty, dude. I don't want mine burnt. Oh, man. I tell them to burn my shit. Literally, if I go to a store and I order something like a bacon, egg, and cheese, I'm like, burn that fucking bacon, please. Just keep it on there till it's like black as fuck, because that's how I want it. You want the technical definition of bacon? There's more than one type of bacon. What's the technical?
What?
That's what super crispy bacon is. Super crispy bacon's the only type of bacon. I've repeated this. Bacon can come from a pig's belly, back, or sides, essentially anywhere that has an extremely high fat content. In the United Kingdom's, back bacon is the most common, and Americans are more familiar with streaky bacon, also known as side bacon, which is cut from the pork belly. Huh. Interesting. Cooking is much more of a science than I had originally anticipated or thought. You have no idea how much the idea of cooking on different surfaces blew my mind within the past month. Seriously.
Really?
Yeah. Hot glass versus like a baking pan, because I was always baking my pizzas on like a steel sheet, like one of those ones that you buy for $1 that you just like toss away, that you bring to like lunches and parties or some shit like that.
Yep.
And I realized that those don't heat up to a proper degree to get like the bottom of a pizza crisp, right? You need something like glass or metal that's going to heat up super hot to burn the bottom of to make that crisp down at the bottom of a pizza. And I never realized that until recently. And now I'm like, what surfaces you cook on totally makes a food as well. So, or just the heating, the temperatures, all that stuff. I'm gonna be making bread soon, actually. Tonight, I'm gonna be making my bread.
Really?
And yeah, but I wish I could do it on stream. I really do. I can't though. So I don't think I get good enough internet. I tried doing it on stream last week. Ended up horrible because I didn't put enough time into actually preparing my bread. But I just made one giant loaf instead of making tons of small loaves, and my giant loaf was just super undercooked in the middle, and then I had to peel it like an onion and then take the middle and recook the middle again, and man, it was terrible. I had bread for a week, but it was bread flakes more than slices of bread. So yeah. Well, isn't most of cooking chemistry? Yeah, I think it is technically mostly a chemistry, for sure.
So is the kitchen a lab, is what you're telling me?
In a way, yeah.
Kitchen is a lab?
A kitchen is kind of like a laboratory in the sense that yeah, you need to understand proper proportions and stuff like that. I don't know. I've talked about it recently too. I love cooking nowadays. A meth lab, yeah, exactly. I've had this discussion with my therapist actually recently about how therapeutic I think cooking is, because you take it through it puts your mind in a sense that you have to do things in a proper order, and you have to do things in proper measurements, and it keeps a very structured sense to your mind. So I've been really liking cooking bread specifically. And a toilet is a winemaker. Well, in some places, I mean, when you got to do what you got to do, a toilet can be a winemaker. Technically, there's places in this world where a toilet is used as a winemaker. Not in some places. Not in some place, in one place, I guess I should say. It's how they make prison wine. It's fucking gross. But hey, people do what they got to do to get fucked up in prison, I guess. So,
prison.
Yeah. You got your prison wine. Straight from the toilet. Yum, 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 yum.
That tapping is still going on, by the way.
Is it really?
Yeah. What do you mean? You can't hear it?
I mean, I can, but I have my headphones on. More so.
Surprised no one asked what the tapping is.
I hear it over there, but yeah. People just make beverages in toilets in their homes. Nah, gotta use the prison wallet effectively. The prison wallet. I'm very aware of this prison wallet now that I've played Tarkov. Look at this beautiful image. Oh, God. It makes me so sad to think about old Star Wars. In your prison wallet absorbs it better. Apparently, right? Man, it always amazes me what we could have had with Star Wars and what we got. Yeah, I don't know. Lurk. I hit you with a lurk. Oh, okay. Well, thank you for the lurk. Thank you for the lurk. Just in general. I wonder if we'll ever get an authentic Star Wars stuff. I wonder if they're going to recanonize stuff in Star Wars, to be honest. Yeah. No one's in general.
I would not be shocked.
What if they recanonized Star Wars? You would not be shocked?
I mean, like, I don't. Well, they already did when they removed the EU.
Yeah, but I mean, like, really recanonize it again, like, you know.
Like, if you're talking about like overriding the movies, because that's what this Doomcut guy is predicting, that they're gonna decanonize the movies.
I think they are gonna decanonize the
You
movies.
think so?
I think so.
don't. I think they're too arrogant to do that.
I think the Ahsoka show is the decanonization of the movies. That's why I have faith in Ahsoka's show. I think.
Are you sure? Are you sure you don't watch his movies or videos? Not movies.
No, I don't. I don't think I do. But
you should check his channel out. You probably would like it a lot.
I 100% agree that I think that Star Wars is going to get recanonized, and that the new movies are going to get overwritten. Otherwise, why would they have introduced that whole time travel thing? There's no reason to introduce the time travel thing.
That's his theory as well. Like I'm telling you, you should check out his videos.
There was
you got to spend more time like reaching out and seeing other people's shit, because there are interesting theories out there. Although I don't really believe this one personally.
If you want to know, so my original idea of what the Star Wars movies were, this new group of Star Wars movies, I had an idea that I think nobody really thought. Like, I know only like 2 other YouTubers that thought of this particular idea, and they're not even popular YouTubers anymore. It's kind of crazy how like the landscape of YouTube has changed in general within the past 5 years. But yeah, my theory behind the latest Star Wars trilogy, I thought, is that Rey was actually going to be a reincarnation of Anakin, which I thought would have been the best.
I've heard that too.
I thought that would have been the coolest fucking way to do it. Is that if like you reincarnated Hayden Christensen, you make him like, I don't know, he would have been born on like a planet of sand. You know, it's like his hell. You know, born without a mother. You know, loved his mother. You know, it made so much sense. It would have made so much sense, and would have, yeah, I think would have been the best way for Star Wars to have gone, personally. But yeah, doesn't matter whatever your canon is, whatever your canon is, all that matters. Doesn't matter. Well, whatever your canon is all that matters. Word. I hate you. Is that supposed to be the hating Christiansens? I hate you, or do you hate my theory? Do you like that theory, or nah, you're not with that theory?
It's better than what we got. So, you know.
Can he speak? What's up, Yagoki? Nah, what? Yagoki, I feel like I haven't seen you in a minute. How's it going, man? I think it just would have made so much more sense. I thought we were going to get the Darth Plagueis stuff, but we never got the Darth Plagueis stuff.
That was another popular theory as well.
I mean, it's like the most logical theory, right? It's going better. That's the question I ask myself every time I come here. What? How's it going? Oh, can he speak? Can I speak? No. I don't speak. I just mumble. I mumble thoughts, and they come out as cohesive lines of dialogue. But is it actually speaking? Yep. Probably not. You know. Yeah. Let's bring in big bad guys and make them seem inefficient. Wait, insignificant was the new trilogy. Yeah, I mean, Darth Plagueis, they still haven't really explained Darth Plagueis at all. Like, Darth Plagueis, yeah. So Lude here refuses to actually watch the new trilogy, so I'm just going to explain a few things to Lude here.
I already know what happens. I mean, like, yeah, I read about it.
But you know who Darth Plagueis is, of course.
Yeah.
so you know about Snoke, right? The thing that's weird about Snoke, though, is that like Snoke had so much memorabilia from like Darth Vader. Like he's wearing a ring on his finger that's supposed to be Darth Vader's. So it makes like no sense that like they just didn't do any. Like, why was he wearing that ring? Or like why was he so powerful in the Force? Because he was a Force clone, right? But like,
because they keep flip-flopping, man. They couldn't decide what they wanted to do.
They couldn't decide what they wanted to do. It's interesting because like you're supposed to not be able to just clone a Force sensitive, right? But then you can clone a Force sensitive, which is clearly shown in the new trilogy, 7, 8, and 9. But then like, yeah, again, I think that the Mandalorian is definitely their way of canonizing the fact that clones can be done, and Bad Batch too. Bad Batch, I think, is going to be the show that establishes that like, yeah, you can make Jedi clones, because
Probably.
like Rex is like, again, I told you, I think Rex is Force sensitive, but then like, oh, it's confirmed that he is, and then like, oh, his clone can be a Force sensitive or whatever.
So does that mean Boba is Force sensitive?
That does mean Boba's Force sensitive to some degree, yes.
I've heard people argue that Han Solo is Force sensitive, and Jar Jar too.
I think Han Solo is Force sensitive. Yeah.
What about Jar Jar? Because he seems to get out of a lot of trouble.
I think Jar Jar is just comedic relief, and that's all he ever was.
Nah, he's Force sensitive.
I don't know. I think it would have been very convenient. I think it would have been a play on fanfic stuff if they had made it.
That reminds me. Hold on. That reminds me.
Just delete him and move on. Said he won't use that. Well,
I want to see your reaction to this video. It's one of my favorites.
What is it?
Let me find it.
But yeah, they established Snoke as the big bad, and then just didn't do shit with him.
Car alarms going off.
Feels bad. Usually.
All right, here we go.
Man, I really can't believe they picked that chick as Batgirl.
All right, see if you can pull it up. You're not going to get copyright struck for this because it's just someone's video from like 7 years ago.
I don't know if I'm allowed to watch somebody else's video on stream, though.
No, you can do that.
I don't know.
This channel, you got more subs than this channel does. I mean, this channel hasn't posted in like a long ass time anyway. Because otherwise it's kind of hard to hear. No, you're not showing it.
Bastard, and the other's Jar Jar
There
Binks.
we go.
Hold on, we've only just begun.
I'm pretty sure your soul is made of poop at this point.
I'll let you judge that at the end. But here, I've asked real people, like, I didn't make any of this up, I asked real people their actual thoughts, the pros and cons between Chewie and Jar Jar. For Chewie, that he's loyal, brave, protective, smart. The only cons that maybe he was hairy and smelly, but he really cares because he's Chewbacca.
So far into his ways,
sorry,
I can't, one sec. I have to pause this for a sec. So far into his ways that he doesn't believe what he feels is the Force and is his instincts. I believe that. I believe that as well, actually. I believe that, yeah. I believe that Han Solo is Force sensitive to an extent. But yeah. Wait, play.
Was that he just genuinely wanted to help, that he was a good guy at heart. But let's break this down first. I'm going to talk about the loyalty and bravery. Now, we all know that in Episode 1, Jar Jar was saved by Qui-Gon Jinn, and because of this, he owed him a life debt. Seems to make sense. Now, if you remember, Jar Jar was in that force because he was exiled from Gungan society. He wasn't a part of it anymore. But even though he wasn't part of society anymore, he said it's demanded by the gods that I honor this life debt. So he stuck with it because, I mean, otherwise, what's he got going for him? He's a homeless guy living in the woods here. Now,
True.
Chewie was saved by Han Solo in a very similar fashion. Owes him a life debt. Seems to make sense. You know, but Chewie didn't have anything else going for him, so of course he signs up for the life debt. He didn't have to like leave behind, say, a wife, a son, an elderly father, his village under attack by the Empire. So instead he says, no, everybody, it's okay. I'm gonna go join up with this known criminal to smuggle drugs and wander the galaxy, but it's okay, I'll come back to visit our son once a year, maybe on holidays. Jar Jar, on the other hand, within moments of his life debt, hears that the other humans on Naboo are in trouble and says, well, gee, what can I do? Well, I can take you back to Alpha Gunga, where, oh, by the way, if I ever go back there, I'm going to be murdered. I'm going to be put to death for the crimes that I committed. But it's the right thing to do. The entire planet is in danger. He decides to take that risk, and he leads the Jedi there. Now, another example is in Star Wars A New Hope, R2-D2 is playing chess against Chewbacca. R2-D2 makes a fair move, and Chewie just bitches about it. And C-3PO says, well, why are you screaming? He made a fair move. Screaming about it can't help you. And Han Solo says, oh, it's not wise to upset a Wookiee. He can pull your arms and legs out of your sockets when you lose. That's a really asshole thing to do if you lose a game. I can't think of it. Would it ever be okay in any situation if you lose at checkers to murder the person if they won fair and square? But, you know, another example in Phantom Menace. When they have to land on Tatooine to get a replacement for a T-14 hyperdrive generator, Qui-Gon says, everyone stay here, stay on the ship, I'm going into town, I'm going to get the hyperdrive generator. Nobody has to do anything, just chill out. Jar Jar says that's not good enough. He has a life debt, he's going into town. This water creature from Naboo, who has never left the planet before, decides to go into the desert, into a place without a weapon that he has no knowledge of, purely because it's the right thing to do in his eyes. In a similar situation, in A New Hope, Obi-Wan says, everyone stay in this room on the Death Star. I'm going to go shut down the shield generator. Nobody has to do anything. Just stay put till I come back. Chewie says, this is stupid. Why are we doing this? Does Chewie not remember that he worked alongside Republic Commandos and other Jedi Knights? Does he not remember General Obi-Wan Kenobi, who killed General Grievous in the Clone Wars? He has no respect for him, but he knows exactly who he is. Later on, they're trying to escape. They're trying to escape from the South.
This is all circumstantial.
Princess Leia, Princess of Alderaan, royalty, blasts open a hole in the wall, dives in, and Chewie says, I'm not going down there, it smells bad. But the princess has no problem doing that. Later on, in The Phantom Menace, Jar Jar hears the Queen saying, oh, my people are going to die, I don't know what I'm going to do. And Jar Jar says, you know, the Gungans can help. We're warriors, we're going to fight to the death. Offers up help, can't even guarantee it. He's an outcast from society. Later on, in Empire Strikes Back, Han Solo comes back from a very dangerous mission. He could freeze to death if he's outside for too long. Comes back, sees his friend up on the Millennium Falcon, says, Chewie, how close are we to getting out of there? How's the hyperdrive going? And Chewie just bitches at him. And Han Solo says, okay, you're just my friend. I'm gonna go talk to Luke. I'll catch you later, crazy person. Another example, if that's not good enough, later they're trying to escape the Death Star. Han Solo sees stormtroopers, takes after them, says, get back to the ship, I'm gonna take care of him, acts like a damn hero. Chewie, he follows after his friend. Han Solo ducks around this corner, laser fire hits the wall. Is Chewie gonna run around that corner to save his friend? No. They get back to Yavin 4. Han Solo says, hey, why don't you join us, kid? We could use a good pilot like you. Luke Skywalker says, no, you're turning your back on the rebellion. Han says, nope, too bad, we're gonna leave. Is Chewie gonna say anything? Maybe join the rebellion to maybe help his family who's stuck on Kashyyyk? No. At the end of episode 1, Jar Jar gets offered a similar situation. Will he stay in
Chewie's just a shitty person.
They offer to make him an honorary general. He accepts it reluctantly, but does he hide in the back of the battle? Is he staying away? Does he come in at the last minute when all the threats are taken care of? No. He's on the front line of the battle, chucking bombs at every droid that comes through the shield. And you wonder why Chewie didn't get a medal. So now I think we can knock a couple things off this list. But I would like to talk more about the clumsy and stupid aspect. Here in a scene from Empire Strikes Back, Chewie's working on the ship. We know he's supposed to be repairing the hyperdrive system. But later on, the Empire arrives, it doesn't work. Given all that time and not saving Luke Skywalker, Chewbacca still hasn't fixed the hyperdrive. But on the field of battle on Naboo, Jar Jar climbs on the back of a carriage, falls, The bombs come rolling out, but in that mistake, it takes out several tanks, helping to gain victory. Empire Strikes Back. Chewie, he finds C-3PO, figures that's a good idea to probably put him back together. That should help. He is
The hyperdrive system was so
But when he
fucked
does
up.
this, he moves his head on
True.
backwards. This is going to be something you're going to see over and over again. Chewbacca never fixes anything, and he only breaks everything. Jar Jar lands on a tank, takes it out by himself. Chewie doesn't fix 3PO, slaps him on his back, runs out to the Millennium Falcon, puts him in the hallway, and leaves him there. Now they take off to get away from the Empire, but now in that 3 minutes, maybe it's 3 minutes they're escaping the Empire. They realize the hyperdrive doesn't work. He has to go back down that hall. In that time, R2-D2, with no arms and no legs, pieces 3PO back together entirely, putting his head back on straight. Chewie still can't get the hyperdrive to work. R2-D2 walks over to the wall, sticks his arm in, flips a switch, and they're back. Chewie has never fixed anything. Meanwhile, Jar Jar is able to fix Anakin's pod racer without the help of any of the droids while they sit back and make fun of him. Chewie, on the moon of Endor, sees something that is clearly a trap, decides to grab it, and endanger the mission that could save countless of billions of lives. He lives on a forest planet himself. Has he never seen a primitive trap before? In the final battle, in The Phantom Menace, Jar Jar gets surrounded by the battle droids. General Jar Jar, please think of something, do something. Jar Jar says, I give up, I surrender. And everyone thinks that's stupid. They are taking live prisoners. Their job was to be a distraction while the main battle droid control ship explodes. Well, guess what? The plan works. The control ship explodes. On the field of battle, all the droids fall down. He saves everyone's life. You know, that's just a coincidence. I'm going to come back to that. Keep that in mind. Now remember, Jar Jar goes from being an outcast of society to a decorated war general to a respected senator.
Oh God, look at that green
Chewie just stays
screen.
a smuggling guy. Now Jar Jar is the one who nominated extreme executive powers to Chancellor Palpatine. And everyone thinks that, oh, he's tricked. How stupid could he possibly be? Now, he was tricked in this scene. There are 2 Jedi Masters and several other respected senators in this scene. None of them complained. None of them thought it was a bad idea. Why would you blame Jar Jar when he has been friends with Palpatine for over 10 years in the Senate? Palpatine has never done anything suspicious up to this point. He's actually supported Jar Jar and supporting the Naboo. It goes to the Senate, sweeps through the Senate. Nobody says anything. Jar Jar's stupid. Why did he think this? Jedi Knights still say nothing. Well, the Jedi, their judgment was clouded by the dark side of the Force. It's okay for them to be stupid, but it's not okay for Jar Jar to be stupid. He wasn't stupid. He was following a friend like he always does.
Yeah,
and
I agree with that.
Little did he know the friend would betray him, so you can't blame him.
But with all these coincidences that are happening and the dark side clouding everything, this may lead to a harder truth. Qui-Gon once said, our meeting was not a coincidence. Nothing happens by accident.
Obi-Wan famously said, in my experience, there's no such thing as luck. This means only one thing in my mind. Jar Jar is Force sensitive. It's the only way to explain everything that happened the way it happened. Search your feelings, you know it's true. Now, in conclusion, I think we have proven that Chewie is actually hairy, smelly, annoying, cowardly, clumsy, and stupid. And we've proven that Jar Jar Binks is in fact loyal, brave, protective. Not the smartest person in the room, but he's smarter than everybody gives him credit for. He's trustworthy, and he always wants to help. Now, if I were to equate Chewbacca to a human being, I would say he's kind of like the asshole high school jock who drops out of school, becomes a drug dealer, and a deadbeat dad. If you want to know what the human equivalent of Jar Jar Binks is, I think all you have to do is look in the mirror.
Hey, thanks for watching Hard Truths with Doug. If you'd like to see another Hard Truth, maybe
That was
hear
actually
my
very
argument.
good.
Yeah, that is good. I'm surprised that his video doesn't have more watches.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, that is a hard truth indeed.
I don't know what
definitely-
con this was at, but
Oh. I thought you were making a joke for a second there.
no, like obviously this was at a con or someplace.
Excellent points. Yes, it was excellent points. I thought you were going to say it was at SawCon.
I mean, it could be, but
Sock on this dick. You fell for it. Kidding. That hyperdrive. Oh wait, I read that already. Excellent points. Yes, it was though. Excellent points.
Hyperdrive.
There was the whole thing about. Have you seen the thing about like that possibly Jar Jar is a
The Sith Lord one.
Sith
Yeah.
Lord? Yeah. Yeah.
I don't buy it, but it's still funny.
I think it would have been very interesting if they had made Jar Jar though a Sith Lord. No. I think it would have been I think it would have been so stupid that it might have been smart. Like that he was actually the mastermind behind everything.
Oh, it can't be more stupid than bringing Maul back from the dead.
Hey, I mean, I like Maul being back from the dead. I don't know.
You're telling? Oh, no.
I like.
It's ridiculous.
I like Darth Maul. I'm a Darth Maul fan.
You're telling me that Qui-Gon can't survive being poked once with a lightsaber, but Maul can survive being sliced in half, falling down 1,000 feet, and then living in a dumpster for like 10 years?
Yes.
But Qui-Gon can't survive one poke. It's just like, just...
Nah, it's true. That's kind of true, but still. Also, yeah, I mean, well, the dark side of the force is a pathway to many abilities that some consider to be, unnatural.
So what's his name? Is Count Dooku still alive?
No, he's not. But yeah, well, he got his head sliced off.
You know Futurama, right?
Yeah. See, also Maul went through a witch ritual. I do agree on this too as well. It's that the ritual is part of why he's came back, but
he was still alive in like the dumpster or whatever.
Yeah, but like also Sidious apparently specifically made sure he was still alive too.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's called a retcon. It's like when they decided that General Swanwick would be Martian Manhunter in Justice League.
Yeah, well, I thought it made sense though as well. I don't know. Well, wasn't he the general in? I don't know. I don't think it was that. I was fine with the general being Martian Manhunter though. I expected it actually though.
Yeah, it's just because it was a fan theory.
No, because he was also the general in the show, Supergirl show. Yeah. So it made again, but
he was.
I think so. I think he was. Yeah.
Let me see.
Either the general or like he worked for the army or something. He was a U.S. official though. His body also isn't human, so who knows what actual internal organs, if any, were in his midsection.
The head of DEO.
Yeah.
Oh, there's another ginger because wasn't what's his name? Jimmy Olsen.
Oh, Jimmy Olsen's also changed. Yep.
Yeah, because he's black in the show.
Yeah, a lot. I mean, yeah, all the gingers are.
I thought it was just women, but no.
Nope. No. We talked about Wally West earlier. It's all ginger. It's all ginger characters. I've said this before. He was cut at the hips, so it wouldn't have lost too many organs. Yeah, no vital organs, I don't think. Plus, also it's a hot cut, so it's cauterized or whatever. Cauterized.
Nah.
I don't know. Wow, you can buy a Kyle Katarn action figure. How much is one? How much is a Kyle Katarn action figure? $20. What? There's no way that this is a legitimate Kyle Katarn action figure.
It's probably a knockoff.
It's on eBay.
Oh yeah, eBay's notorious for knockoffs.
Look at that. Yeah. I wouldn't buy anything of my stuff off eBay. Ever. But yeah, I've seen some pretty wonky stuff off eBay. Shit.
What happened? Your poster?
No. Computer.
You spilled soda on your computer?
Oh, thank God these were capped. No, I thought my medication spilled all onto the floor, but the cap was on it. So, and they're like little teeny tiny pills. Actually, I should be taking one now.
Yeah.
It's sleeping medication.
That's probably what I need.
Yeah.
I was up until like 6:30 the other day trying to sleep. It was terrible.
Sleeping medication makes you fucking really, really sleepy.
What do you have? You have the Ambien or the what's Lunesta?
Is called it's actually, now it's going to sound weird, it's actually an antipsychotic medication. It's a anti-schizophrenia medication that they give to people for sleeping disorders. It's called
Really?
yeah, it's called only like the generic name is on the bottle, isn't it? Yeah, quintapaine fumarate. What is it called?
It's not a Quaalude, is it?
No. It's, what's a Quaalude though? It is a. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. It starts with a P.
Pussy.
No. Although that can help. That can help you fall asleep. Let me tell you.
I don't know how that. I don't know like where that memes came from. Like you fall asleep after. Did she slip something in your drink?
Wait, what? I didn't see this meme. What does this mean?
No, like the falling asleep after sex thing.
Oh, I always do, but I always have to pee after.
Well, that I've seen plenty of that, but like falling asleep, it's like no.
I fall asleep after. I get mad tired afterwards. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I fucking fall asleep like a baby after if it's late and that's the last thing we did, you bet your ass I'm going right to sleep. No talking. I'm going to sleep. It's called coming and going. There you go. I'm coming and going. That's what I do. Whatchamacallit though? I was gonna say the what was I about to say? What were we talking about before that? Oh yeah, the sleeping medication. Oh yeah, I forgot what it's called. I'll message it to you when I remember. What's a Quaalude though?
It's some drug they used to make. I'm not sure exactly what it was for, but people would abuse it.
Oh, those things. I remember.
Yeah.
From like Wolf of Wall Street thing, right?
Yeah, this was like the 70s and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. No, it's not that, and it's not a benzodiazepine either. So that's one thing I made sure to make sure that it was not a benzodiazepine, because benzodiazepines are highly addictive. Benzodiazepines are essentially just like Xanax though. Anything that's like related to Xanax are benzodiazepines. Those are highly abusive. So made sure it's not a benzodiazepine. And yeah, it just makes you eat a lot. Makes you a lot hungrier, but that's about it. As long as you have as long as you're not like, I'm just going to keep eating that because I'm hungry, you'll be fine. If you take these, but I forgot what they're called. But I will remind you when I do remember.
All right, I'm pooped, good sir.
Yes, I am too. I got to show you some of my old figures that my dad painted sometime. They're in my other room. Yeah, I've never shown you to them on stream, but I'm looking at some of these like Star Wars things. And yeah, I used to just like have so many of these little things painted. So
you'd open the box?
No, not like the boxes. We wouldn't have. Wow, this is so cool. They have a Luke Skywalker from the Empire, from the Dark
You're not
Empire.
one of those guys that refuses to open the boxes.
No, I always keep boxes. I keep boxes though, for sure. Like for my figures, I keep those boxes, 100%. And I have started keeping boxes nowadays for consoles and stuff like that. So like,
yeah.
PS4 box, I still have. Xbox One box, I still have. Like all my.
Coincidentally, I have this right behind me.
Ah, there you go. Xbox box. I keep them. I keep them nowadays. You never know how much value these things are going to go up by. So, yeah.
Sometimes they just look nice.
Yeah, sometimes they do look nice. That's why I like some of the ones that I kept. So,
yeah.
And I keep things inside them. So it's not like I don't use them. So I like keep all my old electronics in them. So, yeah. That's what I do with them. Is this an Anakin Skywalker? Wow. A fully posable doll of Anakin Skywalker. Anyways. It's crazy how expensive some of like an actual 1989 action figure of Star Wars is, though, because there's no way that these are real. But yeah. Power of the Force. Yeah. Power of the Force.
You don't buy them being real.
Of course not.
Yeah.
For $20 fucking or some of them are $6.99. No.
Yeah.
Like I know some of these go for like $200 for like a beat up version of it, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, like mint condition, like Star Wars, like there's no way that these are real either, though. Anyways, yeah, gotta go to sleep. Or I have to start making my bread, actually.
Yeah, make that bread.
Yeah.
And check out Doomcock's videos, like at least the Star Wars ones.
Okie dokie, I shall do that. But yeah, that's gonna be it for us tonight. We're out of here. Another successful podcast and chat about
exactly
stuff, the latest comic news stuff, and we talked about some Star Wars stuff and Avatar. As always, I always bring that up. But yeah, we're gonna just
the mandatory Avatar segment.
Yes, I'm telling you, just you should watch Avatar: The Last Airbender, then watch the movie of it, and then actually use it as like a talking point for like all of this stuff. Because I'm telling you, it's like the perfect movie. It's a perfect movie to point to be like, fuck all this other stuff. But yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm actually gonna look at Hasbro's website real quick because.
Alrighty, well. Thank you guys for coming by. We appreciate it.
Thank everybody for coming by, and we will see you next week on the next episode of this podcast. And yeah, I'll see you guys then. Take care and peace, Ludic, as well. Have a good rest of your night. Cheers. Do I have water? Cheers. Cheese and good night.